Hey there everyone, it's Anthony back with another video here on single and placing and hitting the camera. Hi, hope you're having a fantastic day, weekday, weekend, week, month, evening, morning, overnight, all of that good stuff. Today we're doing a little walkabout, stroll about, that kind of thing. But I'm hoping to respond to some comments while we're doing that. I still haven't yet sat down and started typing out responses. So I was like, you know what, Apollo, you need a walk and I need to respond to some comments. So let's try to get some of that done. But I hope you are doing well. It is Sunday at the time of filming this. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my bod here. I know, let's go back the way we came. So yeah, I hope you're doing well. It's Sunday at the time of filming this. Here in Golden, we had rain pretty much all night and a good portion of the morning, and it just started slowing down late morning, early afternoon. And so we've been kind of cooped up in the house for the majority of the day. I was just getting laundry done, and I finally filmed and posted my finish and review of Gizmonda. And what else did I do? I painted the border of Gizmonda. I tried to hang it with my command strips, but the command strips, that kit is just too heavy. It's a very heavy canvas with all the drills on it. So I hung it, had just enough time to take a picture of myself next to it, and then it started falling down. So I have to come up with some other hanging solution for that kit. I'm thinking I can still use the command strips. I don't want to put any holes in the wall. I'm thinking I can still use command strips, but what I might have to do is either glue the command strip to the canvas, because they're sticking to the wall just fine, but it's, you know, it's kind of that soft back canvas. So it's just, the fibers are just ripping off the back of the canvas, and you know, it's just too heavy. And I tried using 4 of them. Each of them say that they can hold, I think they're the 5-pound command strips or something like that. But it's very clear that those aren't gonna work. It's just because they're ripping the material off the canvas itself. So I think what I might do is try to glue the command strips onto the back with like some super glue or something strong and let those set overnight and then stick it to the wall. That way I can still get it off the wall, and if I really needed to pry them off the back of the canvas, I could, but there just needs to be a little bit more something there. So I'm gonna try something probably on Tuesday. In the next couple days, run over to Target or somewhere and try to find something to make that work. But yeah, it stayed up just long enough for me to snap a couple photos, and then it just fell. And I was like, okay, well, we'll get back to the drawing board. But anyway, so yeah, it's kind of cool and mild this evening because it's been raining a good portion of the day. And so we have a little bit of overcast, but still some blue skies poking through. It's a nice day. So I was like, let's get out. Let's do a little walk and get some comments responded to. I'm just setting our outdoor walk, which it's already been recording. That's always nice. I'm not exactly sure where we're gonna go. Could go through this little alley. I've never been down this way before. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm not sure how many questions we'll get to. I might have to stop and start because there's probably going to be quite a few people walking around now that the rain has kind of dried up. And Apollo has still yet to do his business, so we'll have to figure out that once it happens as well. Oh, there's like a little mother-in-law suite back here. This is nice. Yeah, there's some cute little bungalows and houses and stuff kind of sometimes in these alleyways that are nice, kind of tucked away. But yeah, it's just a nice, cool spring day, and I love it. I love it. Okay, let's get to it. So I have no idea where we left off from last time. I will do my best to to comment on which video, or mention which video someone's commenting on, all of that good stuff. And we'll just respond to as many as we can manage and take it from there. All right. YouTube studio comments. We're gonna go to oldest to newest. So we're gonna be going back a long time. I can't believe how far behind I am. Actually, I was expecting it to be 2 months behind where it says 1 month. So it's not the end of the world. Okay. So, a couple comments from my vlog, episode 103, hiking in Woodland Park, Colorado. Casey, that's me, said, I was born in Philadelphia, raised in New Jersey. I grew up going to the shore. When you watch Jersey Shore, were they new or old shows? I feel Snooki being mom now, she's changed. They were old shows, like, I don't know, they were all living, none of them had kids, that's for sure. And it was like the old MTV style or whatever channel that was on. And there was a bunch of them living in this really gross house together. So I think those are old episodes. Nobody had kids, that's for certain. They all seem to be in their early, mid-20s, seemingly. So yeah, and the filming, the video quality was not as good as it is nowadays. So yeah, older ones. Never was a must-see, but sometimes just kept you watching with their crazy behavior. Come on. The dim sum looked delicious. I haven't been to Cedar Point. I'm in over 20 years. Great time and memories. Just love your walk-in chats. Thanks. Awesome. Thank you so much for the kind words, and I'm glad you enjoy them. I love doing them when I have the wherewithal, the bandwidth to do them. I try to make them happen. So thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I was watching the old ones because my friends kept saying, oh yeah, back in the day we would watch this on Thursday nights or whatever. So yeah, I think they were old ones. And yeah, I'm super excited about Cedar Point. I'm only less than a month away, kind of like 3.5 weeks away. So I'm very, very excited for that. I'm stoked. I can't wait. And then the Diamond Stitcher said, love your long vlogs. I usually make minders or work on my whip, but I never remember all the things I wanted to comment on. I like hearing your skincare talk. I'd love some beginner products for just healthier looking skin. Products available in Canada too. Not sure about dog sunscreen. I imagine they would have something in there that isn't toxic if they lick it. Yeah, I'm not sure. Because I read the ingredients and they look pretty much identical to what I put on my own skin. So I think it's more of a marketing thing, like, your dog needs special sunscreen, and it's literally just the same can with a different label on it. I'll have to really look into it. I did put a sunscreen, I don't want to call it a lotion. It was almost kind of like a gel, just on the very tip of Apollo's nose, where his his fur gets really, short and kind of thins out. When we went on a hike, a week or so ago, and he didn't lick at it, and it doesn't have any fragrance or anything, so it's not like encouraging him to investigate, like, ooh, what is that smell? So he didn't lick at it or anything, and that seemed to do pretty good. And the reason I like that sunscreen is it's not in a spray format, and it doesn't have like alcohol and this and that the dog sunscreen does. So I just worry that that's going to dry his puppy skin or dry his fur out. So I wanted to find something that was a little less drying on him, and he seemed to be totally fine with that. And then the spray sunscreen, I'm fine putting that on his bod, but just on his nose. I wanted to give him something that was water resistant, sweat resistant, but wasn't going to dry his nose out, or just not on his nose, but just above on his little snoot. And so I think that worked out just fine. But honestly, we haven't had too many like intense sunny days this spring so far. Like we've always had this kind of overcast. And I always take a look at the UV index too. I have it on my smartwatch. So I keep an eye on the UV index. So once it jumps above 3 and we're going to be outside for a long period of time, that's when I'll, give him some sunscreen. But if it's like a really low UV index, and we're just going to go for a walk like today, I'm not going to put dog sunscreen on him because it just doesn't seem as necessary, because he does have fur. So he does have some form of protection more than I do. So I wear sunscreen no matter what, even though it is overcast, a lower UV index, there's still something poking through. So, okay, can we go? Let's go. He's like, no, let's stay here and sniff. But I'm glad that you like the skincare talk. I just put up a vlog where I dove into, and I think it was based off of your comments, this exact comment that I saw it pop up on my phone, and I was like, oh, beginner products for just healthier looking skin, and that kind of inspired me to do that video just talking about the basics. So go watch that if you haven't yet, the Diamond Stitcher. I basically just said cleanser and sunscreen are kind of my big recommendations. However, and I believe the brands that I mentioned, the majority of them are available in Canada. If they're not, let me know and I can work on finding alternatives for you. But outside of those two categories, cleanser and sunscreen, if there is something specific you're looking to like address, of course, I'm not a dermatologist, I'm not an esthetician, I have no professional education in skincare, but if there is something that's non-medical that you're looking to address, like just general dryness or this or that, let me know. Of course, I can't help with like, oh, I have rosacea or eczema or anything like that might require like prescriptions and like really intense acne and stuff. But if there is something more general that you're looking to target, just let me know. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, just keep me in the loop. And if it's not something that you want to, wait for me to respond to on a video or something, just shoot me over on Instagram. Shoot me a message. You can email me, and I'll do my best to help you out. In that last vlog that I put up, I believe it was episode 108. In the description box at the bottom, I put a link to my WordPress blog where I post all of my skincare reviews, and that has all of the reviews I've done going back to, I want to say 2017-ish. And it's all organized by category. So like, here's all your cleansers, here's all your toners, here's all your serums, here's all the sunscreens. And it has two categories. I have Korean skincare reviews in one tab, and then anything not made in Korea is on its own tab. At some point in the future, I might just put it all together, because back then there was a stronger distinction, and there was more people that were trying to learn more specifically about Korean skincare. Now it's just kind of global. It's all blended together, so that difference is not nearly as you can't really pinpoint that as much anymore, and it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So I may eventually just blend that all together. So it's just, here's all the cleansers regardless of where they were made. So yeah, go take a look at that. The link to that is that blog is there. So that might be helpful. And I color code everything. So if it's green, if the review, the link is green, then that means I liked it. And if it's red, it means I didn't like it. But I have oily skin, kind of combination. I'll say combination skin, acne prone skin. So what I personally put in the red category might actually be something that you like because we have different skin types. So just scroll through it. Even if a brand isn't like accessible in a walk-in store like a pharmacy or a grocery store in Canada, a lot of those products you can find on websites and order them online. So any assistance you need, honestly, if you find something there and you're like, I want to try this, I can't find where I can get it here in Canada, let me know. I'll do research. I'm really in my skincare era again, so I'm spending a lot more time in that hobby right now. So just let me know what you need. Okay. Going to my entire diamond painting stash 3.0, Renee, I think it's Luby 3047 said, "Hi, I just found you." Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you finding me. I love your channel. You explain very well. I've been painting for 20 years, but I buy my diamond paints at Temu. AliExpress, I'm guessing, Hobby Lobby, and Michaels. If I can't afford DAC, but I am thinking very hard to buy one. They look like very good materials they use. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, of course. And yeah, I mean, I am not here to judge anyone from buying for buying their diamond paintings wherever it's most cost effective for you. I just encourage people to be conscious about artwork licensing and doing your best to make sure that you're not only getting to experience this hobby and enjoy it, but doing it in a way that is that respects artists and is done in kind of an ethical manner, and the businesses are operating in an ethical manner. So do the best that you can to try to check off those boxes, but I also understand that budget and price is a huge factor in everything that we do, not just crafting. So yeah. But yeah, they're Hobby Lobby, Michaels, those are excellent places to go to. You're right on track with that because they always have licensed product and good prices. So if those are on your shopping list or in your arsenal of where to purchase products, you're doing good. So yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. Let's go this way. Come on, buddy. Oh my gosh. Getting the glutes a little workout over here. It smells so good. It's like that fresh rain smell with the trees and plant life and stuff. It's just kind of that greenery smell. And then there's this kind of like bready kind of scent. Oh no, don't hit that rabbit. Okay. There's kind of a bready scent in the air from the Coors plant as well, from brewing beer. So it's just this really, Golden has has a scent. Like the town has a bready, beery scent, which is really interesting. But yeah, you're doing great. And yeah, I would be curious to hear your thoughts if you do get to a point where you can snag a Diamond Art Club, even if it's like one of their smaller ones from either their website directly or over on Amazon, tend to be pretty less expensive than their bigger ones on their site. So I'd be curious to hear your opinion comparing and contrasting quality, because I don't have any experience with Temu or AliExpress. I don't think, hop up. I think the only diamond painting kits from Michaels or Hobby Lobby that I've purchased have been either Diamond Dots or Diamond Art Club, which I know are both premium products. So I don't really know what those other products look like. So you'd have to, it would be, I'm interested to know what the difference in like drill quality and canvas material, all of that stuff is. So yeah, keep us posted. And thank you so much for finding my channel. I appreciate it. Going back to that vlog, episode 103, hiking in Woodland Park, Michelle Callender said, nice listening to your vlog and watching you in Apollo hike while I diamond paint. Oh, yay, I'm glad you like it. The whole point's to keep you company and keep you happy, so I'm glad that that's working. Going to my video, starting my own diamond painting business. Let's go this way. I'm concerned that you haven't pooped yet, Apollo. Actually, you know what? There's a spot up here that he usually likes to go, which is nice because there's some public trash cans right next to it. So let's see if he sticks to his spots. NC Mom Life said, OMG, I died laughing. You were amazing. Shots fired. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad it made you laugh. Holy moly. A whole bunch of comments on my finish and review of Astronomer by Miles Pinckney and Diamond Art Club. Let me go back down. Oh, by the way, today is Mother's Day. Hi, Mom, I love you. I gave her a call earlier today, and she's like, oh, we went to kind of last-minute lunch at Olive Garden with your brothers. And I'm like, part of me was like, excuse me, where the heck was my invite? And then also part of me was like, oh, they probably went up to Greeley to go to lunch, and I don't want to drive that far. I would have, but I'm happy they had a good time, and I'm going to see her. Her birthday is on Thursday of this week, so I will see her after her birthday next Sunday. She's going up and doing a little girls trip with her friends for her birthday. So when she gets back, I'll combine Mother's Day and birthday into one day. But yeah, hi Mom, I love you, happy Mother's Day. Anyway, oh my gosh, I just lost my place. Okay, here we go. Jay Lely, hi. I've seen you pop on to the live streams that Jade and I have been doing on Fridays, so thank you so much for supporting us. Anthony, how can you tell the drills apart? I hear people saying resin, etc. Oh, sorry, we've got a potty break. 1 second. Okie dokie. You know what I want to do, depending on if the rain holds up or not? Sorry, I will get back to the comments. I want to bring everyone down, maybe tonight if I have the wherewithal, and walk through downtown Golden at night when there's like no people, because it's kind of ominous and creepy. But then I can also show you, if I haven't already, like all the different storefronts and stuff. I don't think I have, because there's always people around, and you know me, and vlogging in front of people kind of is something I'm still nervous to do. So maybe I'll come down here at night and we'll do a nighttime stroll. That'd be kind of fun. Okie dokie, we're gonna cross the street. Can you sit? Thank you. Good boy. We've been practicing sitting at every intersection, and we've also been practicing me just telling him to sit one time and then just give him a minute to process, and he's gotten so good. If we get to a crosswalk and I tell him to stop and sit, maybe takes him about 3 to 5 seconds, and then he just sits. I don't have to be like, come on, like do the thing. He knows that that's what happens at crosswalks now, which is kind of cool. It's creating safer walking for us. But anyway, let's get back to the comments. How can so Jay Lely, Anthony, how can you tell the drills apart? I hear people saying resin, etc. Can you give a class? Yes. Well, I'll touch on it. It doesn't require a whole class, but I will touch on it. So there's two types of DMC regular drills that you'll see out in the market: acrylic and resin. There are specialty drills, you know, like your crystals and your this and then your that. So stuff that has like little glitter in it or special coatings or whatever. Those can be made out of majority acrylic, but you know, DP with Sparklers sells drills that are actual glass drills. So when we're talking about acrylic and resin, most people are referring to just your regular old drills that come in your kit that aren't special in some way, just regular colors. There isn't a huge difference in my opinion. In my experience, the resin drills tend to be more faceted. Apollo, hey, come on. What's going on? The resin drills tend to be more faceted and have the ability to be kind of shinier and have more sparkle to them. Whereas acrylic drills will have that shimmer and sparkle, but they almost look like little buttons or kind of have a Hershey's Kiss kind of quality to them with just like a little peak in the middle, like a little dollop, as opposed to like hard cut facets that you would see on like Diamond Art Club uses resin drills. That's not always the case, but that's the best that I can do as far as a comparison. And I don't have a preference really when it comes to one or the other. Some people say that resin drills, even though they're more highly faceted, can tend to have more trash, bad drills in it, versus acrylic. I've kind of found that to be the case with round drills. Hold on. Just historically working on round acrylic and resin round drills, I tend to walk away with more trash with my resin drills, but I guess the trade-off there is that they are shinier and more faceted. I don't have a problem with either one. Yeah. And resin drills have most commonly, until I'd say probably in the past like year, have been more common in square drills. I've heard people say that acrylic square drills tend to be a lot more inconsistent in shape and have more tabs on the sides of them. So it's weird because it's like acrylic square drills tend to be trashier than resin squares, and then resin rounds tend to be trashier than acrylic rounds. It's kind of wonky. At the end of the day, it comes down to personal preference. And as long as if you're having a good experience with the diamond painting kits that you're using and the shops that you're shopping from, then just stick with it. Whether or not they use acrylic or resin, if you're having a good experience with the quality of the product from that shop, then just stick with it. You could also, if you wanted to experiment to see, you could always, if you want to try resin drills, you could always order some a la carte from like Jaded Gem Shop, and see what the difference is, and you play with resin drills. But if you've been using Diamond Art Club or working with Diamond Art Club kits, then you've been using resin round and square drills. So if that's what you're familiar with, that's what you've been using. Most shops that I shop from and recommend have been switching to all resin drills just because the community feels like those are of superior quality across the board as far as the look of them. And I guess I tend to agree. Come on, do not get in that water. Oh my God, I just gave you a bath. He almost jumped in the creek. So yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that I think it just comes down to personal preference. I personally don't think there is a drastic game-changing difference between the two types. Other people might feel differently. And then as far as like how you can tell, like I said, I tend to find my resin drills to be more faceted and a little bit more shiny. Whereas acrylic drills are a little bit smoother on the top. There's other ways that people say that you can tell, like, oh, resin drills, the trash drills will have little holes in them. I've seen that in acrylic drills too. Acrylic drills, if you flip one upside down, and it's like kind of dimpled at the bottom, that's usually a telltale sign of an acrylic drill. But again, I feel like I've seen something similar from acrylic drills. So for someone that's not like super versed in like the manufacturing of the product itself, it's kind of hard to tell at the end of the day. So it really just comes down to, if you're working on a kit and you're liking how the drills are working up, then that should be that, you know? If someone taps you on the shoulder is like, hey, that kit that you love working on, it's actually acrylic, is that gonna make you throw the project away? Probably not. So it's kind of a moot point. But if you really want to know like the intricacies of like how to investigate that, first off, I would suggest reaching out to the shop directly and just asking them like, hey, what kind of drills do you use? Or going to their About Me page or their product page and trying to learn. Sometimes they'll just tell you. Come here. And then if you're still having trouble and you don't know, Jade over at Jaded Gem Shop is probably the best, my personal best resource when it comes to anything product and product quality, because she's done so much research and has worked so hard to find the best quality everything that she can find for her products. And she's more than happy, like if you were to reach out to her and be like, hey, I just got this kit from baby's diamond painting boutique whatever shop, and you just said, hey, I'm just trying to figure out, are these acrylic drills, are these resin, I couldn't find them on their site, she's more than happy to walk you through like how to investigate that. She might ask you to send pictures and stuff. I'm just not that, I probably wouldn't be able to tell. I don't have an eye for that. I just know which shops I appreciate or I enjoy, you know, working on, or which products I enjoy working on, and it doesn't really matter to me. I'm working on Summer by Alphonse Mucha and Diamond Painting Shop right now, and it's a round drill and it's one of their older kits and it's acrylic, and I love working with those drills. But then again, I just also finished Gizmonda by Jaded Gem Shop, and that was resin rounds, and I loved working on those. So it's just like, to me, it's just not a deciding factor. If I was working on a project that had like acrylic square drills and they were just unusable, then of course I'm gonna reach out to the shop or you know, not use that kit or whatever. But acrylic square drills are, I think, pretty rare at this point because they had a history of being problematic. So you're almost always going to find resin square drills, which I guess are more consistent in the flat sides, so they fit together. You're not going to have as much gapping and stuff. But there may still be some shops out there that use acrylic squares. I just don't know of any. So anyway, long answer, but when in doubt, if you really need to know, contact the shop or contact Jade. She'll help you out. Okay, moving on. Sarah Barden said, looks amazing, Anthony. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Mia's Life with KFS. Hi, Mia. Said, oh, watch your little leg. I felt so bad because I did have time to watch your live today, Mia, but what the heck was I doing? Oh, I was filming my finish and review of Gizmonda, and then I went up and started editing it, and before you knew it was like 12:30 p.m. my time, so about an hour and 53 minutes after your live started, and it had already ended because I was like, oh, I might still have time to jump in and say hi. But yeah, I kind of messed that up, so I am sorry, but I will make it to the next one. Apollo's really into his sniffs today. Mia said, love the finished look. I would love a closer look at your enhancements. I'm sure it looks amazing. Mine is hanging on my bookshelves now, so it can be seen when I do lives. Thank you for being a part of my paint along. Absolutely, it was a blast. I really enjoyed working on that kit. It took me longer than I wanted it to, for sure, but it was fun to work on it. And my buddy is planning on hanging it up, so it went to a really good home too. So yeah, thank you for including me, and I'm looking forward to next year's. So, Apollo, can I get you up on this? Good boy. Want to do this one? Good boy. Can you do the big one? Come on. Can you do the big one? Go, go, go. Up. Apollo. Can you get up on that one? Good boy. Come on. Up. Up. Good boy. Let's go. There's this place right here straight in front of us called King of Wings. And I've been wanting to try it for a while now. Every time it pops in my head like, oh, you should try that. They're either closed, because they're closed like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And then on, is that right? Yeah, I think they're closed Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Wednesdays, they're not a wing shop. They turn into a burger place randomly. And then they're open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So as wings. So it's called King of Wings. They serve wings 3 days a week. And it's like, how is this sustainable? So I don't know. I just need to set some sort of calendar reminder like, hey, it's Friday. You can actually get wings from that place you've been wanting to try. So anytime I get in the hankering for wings, they're not open or they're not serving wings. So then I just go, there's a wing stop on the other side of town. And even though it's a chain, at least I know they're serving wings every day. So I can go get wings and they're far cheaper. And I don't mind a wing stop. I think it's good. So I'm trying to give my business to some of these local places, but it's like they're so incredibly limited on their hours and offerings. It's like, why? Anyway, okay. So thank you so much, Mia. Cindy Bennett said, I love that kit. I did it in January of 2023. Oh, I was trying to get around this lady. Let's go back. Come on, hop up. Oh, it's a man. Sorry. Trying to get around that man. Cindy Bennett said, I love that kit. I did it in January of 2023. I have it hanging behind me with both the Paint Gem Space Editions on a Galaxy backdrop. Looks great. Oh, yay. I'm glad you like it. It was so much fun, and I liked doing the enhancements and stuff to it. It just took me longer than I wanted it to. So, but thank you for the comment. Diamond Paint with D said, this is a stunner. Thank you so much. Nova Scotian Hiker said, beautiful. Thank you. Michelle Calendar, another beautiful finish. Thank you. I appreciate all the kind words and comments. Okay. Jennifer Murray said, looks absolutely fabulous. Oh, thank you. Diamonds and Stuff said, really stunning, incredible job. Thank you, I appreciate it. This is nice. It's one of those, like I said, it took me a long time to do it. And it's one of those kits that I finished, and literally a few days later I gave it away. And so it's not front of mind because I don't see it. Because most of my finished diamond paintings are either hung at the office or hung up at home. So I see the majority of my finished kits every day or every few days, unless they're gifts, and then they just kind of out of sight, out of mind. Kel Bell said, beautiful, thank you. And it looks like we're going to my unboxing of the Pride from the Creatrix, and this, the shop is Francesca's Studio Works. Apollo. Diamonds and Dogs says, ooh, I love the new campfire intro. Oh yay, glad you like it. I'm struggling so hard with the layout of my thumbnails because I want to keep the campfire in frame, but then I also need to like put all the info but then it just gets wonky with like the spacing because I don't want to block out the campfire, but I still need to like put the photo of the picture in it. So I'm thinking I might play with that this week, just to see what I can do there to make it look a little bit more symmetrical. I might end up blurring the background, like the campfire and stuff, so it's not completely clear, blurring it. That way I don't feel obligated to like keep the campfire in frame. And then I can just put whatever I want on it. But yeah, you might have seen that in some of my thumbnails, like I put the text off to one side or in the middle or up, down. It's just because I'm trying to keep the background in a specific framing, it's hard. I don't have the freedom like I used to because my old thumbnail didn't have any focal point. It was just like trees and stuff, so I could put it any old place. So I need to figure that out because I was fussing with that today doing editing. I'm like, none of this looks right. So I'm gonna play with that. But anyway, thank you. Michelle Callender said, beautiful, thank you. Okay, let's get past these folks. All right. Melissa Brooks said, try to go to the website and it said it was a suspicious site. Not sure if you're able to or not, but could you consider letting them know their site has been flagged as suspicious so they can look into it? I'd really like to shop from them, but not if there are red flags coming up just to go to the site. Thanks for unboxing. I love this kit. Yeah, thank you so much for the feedback. When Francesca's Studio Works site went live initially, I ran into that same issue several times. I tried looking at it on my phone, looking at it on my laptop, and I let her know at that time, and she said she was looking into it, and then it was fixed. And then I remember at some point between then and now, I mean, we're talking a year ago when I think about a year ago when the site went live just for cross-stitch conversions and drill orders. And so in that time, it's been really, not really, but it's been hit and miss for me. There's been times where the site works just fine. Obviously, I bought Pride, and I've just been browsing and the site works. And then other times, my phone or my laptop will give me that response. So I wish I could tell you that that's news to me and I'll let her know, but I've already been down that road before. All I can say is go with your gut. If you don't feel comfortable shopping from a site or can't even access a site, then I guess there's your answer. I'm not going to try to push anyone to look past that or push anyone to disregard red flags like that. I personally, have worked with Francesca in the past and had Zoom calls with her, and do trust her as a business owner to not be either acting nefarious or putting my information at risk. I'd like to think that. And I'm pretty sure that's the case. But at the same time, I've already gone down the path of notifying her all of that good stuff, and I don't feel obligated to feel like I need to manage that for her or be the person like, oh, it's broken again. Oh, it's broken again. So I would just say, if you don't feel comfortable shopping from that site, then I guess that's that, unfortunately. Yeah, so I hear you, but at the same time, it's unfortunately not my shop and not my site. And yeah, if there's issues going on with the security, I forget what they call it, like the security certificates and stuff that businesses, you have to pay to have that stuff protected. I would hate to hear that those were not in place and people's, credit card information or account information was vulnerable more vulnerable than it would be. That would really suck. I hope that's not the case. But I can't promise you one way or another, and I feel like I've done my due diligence. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, if you don't feel comfortable shopping from any particular shop, even if it's one that I've unboxed from or have talked about on my channel, that is totally your call. I'm not gonna hold that against anybody. So yeah. Hi cutie. So we're gonna get to a point on this walk where, oh, it's actually coming right up. If we turn left, that'll kind of loop us back around to the house, but unfortunately the trail runs right along the highway, and because we're in this valley, there's a lot of echo, and so the highway noise is very loud. I made the mistake of trying to film up there one time, and it immediately put me in a bad mood because I'm like, this is like gonna be, you might be able to hear me just fine, but you would hear so much road noise, and there was no way I'd be able to clean that up. So we're gonna go, so that's if you go left, and it's nice because it does give us a really nice path back to the house, but a longer one. The way we're going now, we're gonna go back down into the creek, and it's a little bit of a longer way, but we'll make it work. Okay, so then going back to my vlog episode 103, the Creativity Squirrel. Hi Bex. Before I hit record on this vlog, I filmed my intro and outro for something special with the Creativity Squirrel, so stay tuned. So thanks for another great video. In regards to sunscreen, I use Neutrogena Beach Defense Sunscreen Spray SPF 50+. I love it. It's a spray, so it goes on nice and evenly and thinly. The spray is great because you don't need someone to sunscreen your back. I have oily combination skin on my face, and this stuff doesn't make me greasy or doesn't make me break out, which are huge benefits. Ooh, nice. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I have several spray sunscreens in my arsenal, just like you said, mainly because I like to just get my back with them. But I almost usually go for lotions because I find sometimes the spray sunscreens can feel a little greasy, or I guess not even greasy, but like they just leave a sheen or a film that I don't always love. The other thing is, a lot of times the spray sunscreens have alcohol in them to help it better absorb and be a little bit thinner when it leaves the spray bottle. So alcohol, denatured alcohol on my body, I guess I don't care, but on my face, sometimes I can find it to be a little drying. So, but I will have to look at that one. I'm curious to know if we even have that in the US, because I know Australia has much more robust sunscreen ingredients and filters than we do here in the US, which is one of the reasons why I'm jealous. There's even been times where I've ordered sunscreens direct from Australia so I could get my hands on some of the good stuff. So I'll have to take a look, but thank you for the comment. Going back to my unboxing of the Pride by the Creatrix, Diamonds and Doxies said, I absolutely love Francesca's kits, excellent quality and great rendering. I love both square and round, and both are fantastic. Mindy is hosting an event featuring her shop. I'm hoping for maybe a sale because there's a couple I'd like to add to my stash. I may actually get this one too. I am a Leo, but I've never really cared for the different zodiac kits. This one looks more fitting in my opinion. Thanks for the unboxing, Anthony. Of course, thank you. Yeah, I did, what did I work on? A fishbowl from Hava Gurovich from Francesca's Studio Works. That one was sent to me, I believe, yeah, it was sent to me to do an unboxing, and that's hanging up at work. I really like it. And yeah, once again, another shop, resin squares, resin rounds. And yeah, the quality was really good. And I love all the extra goodies that you get in the box. So yeah, I've had nothing but positive experiences. I'm really excited for that Pride kit because there's that special drill there on the center of the lion. So I really want to try that. I really just want to put that one drill down just to see what it looks like. So thank you so much for the comment. Going back to my finish and review of Astronomer by Miles Pinckney, Tracy Cruz says, well, this is fantastic. Great job, Anthony. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Alley Cat said, Anthony, that is gorgeous. Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys liked that one. It was a labor of love, but totally worth it. I've never walked this way, so you'll have to excuse me if we get lost. I'm just trying to avoid going right next to the creek because there's going to be a ton of people and dogs, and I'm trying to get through these comments. So I'm trying to like find these little side paths and walkways, but I obviously know where we are. It's just I've never been on this particular path, so we'll see. Okay. And then again, going back to my unboxing of the Pride, Alley Cat said, thanks, Anthony. I just completed my first square Francesca's kit. You will love the way they fit together. Oh, yay. Okay, I'm excited to get started on that one. Ellie, hi, Ellie, said, hi, Anthony. Wow, what a wonderful canvas. It made me sit up and take note. LOL. All those wonderful colors. Thank you for the unboxing. Ellie, of course. Thank you for watching. Oh, we're coming up on the Eddy. Okay, so this hotel also has a kind of brew house and restaurant kind of thing. And my good friend Dom, she took me here for my birthday, I want to say like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when they very first opened. And it was fun. They have like big old, you know, giant checkerboard on the ground. And, you know, they're like big pieces and stuff, like giant checkers and giant chess and cornhole and all that stuff. Oh my gosh. Apollo walks in front of me until he pulls me, but he doesn't pull me forward. He feels the resistance, stops, sniffs, then I pull him. We're just like bungee cording back and forth. No, come on, I'm done doing that. You're gonna bruise my hips. So yeah, there's like all sorts of fun stuff up there on that little patio right up at the top of this hill. But yeah, it's cute. It's relatively new. Like I said, just a couple years old. And then I think these are all apartments right here. And then we have a community garden on this side. And it's pretty over here. Apollo, why don't we walk this way more often? It's pretty. Oh, hold on. Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's go. There's a lady rolling up on us that had a big old dog, but she turned. It's like, ma'am, I should put a sign on my back that says, hey, I do not like other humans. Please find somewhere else to walk. Oh, hey, humanity is... Just FYI, don't come near me. XOXO Anthony. It's really pretty up here. Look at this giant community garden, by the way. We have one close to our house. This is way bigger. There you can see a south table. So that's that little ridge that I always point to. Like someday we'll go up there, but it's still kind of a little muddy. But that's way closer to our house. We live pretty much at the bottom of that. So it just kind of shows you how far away from home we are. And yeah, so we're on like the far, not the farthest, but we're definitely on the north side of town. But yeah. Lisa said, what amazing, oh, this is going back to my vlog, episode 103. Lisa said, what amazing scenery. Thank you for sharing. When I was in my 20s and 30s, there was just Noxzema, oil of Olay, and apricot scrub. Yeah, I mean, same. I mean, I grew up in, I was born in 86. But yeah, that's really all we had is like, Noxzema was huge, Clean and Clear, oil of Olay, apricot scrub from St. Ives. Like that was all like all we knew, you know, whatever Mandy Moore told us to splash on our faces is what we did. And Proactive was huge. You know, I remember Jessica Simpson telling me I needed to use Proactive, and Jennifer Love Hewitt telling me I needed to use Proactive. So yeah, that I think we're of the same era. But yeah, but you never, like, no one ever knew why. Like, this is just what you're advertised, this is what you should use. But no, and it was just like, oh, this will make your skin feel squeaky clean. You feel that tingle and sting, that means it's working. And it's like, no, that means it's irritating you. Well, for the most part, in that case, that's what it was. Oxy pads were huge. So yeah, I'm right there with you. Like, you were just told what to use, but no one was telling you why. Like, this works because it's got alpha hydroxy acid in it. It was almost like consumers were too dumb to know, or didn't care. They just wanted it to work, but nobody needed to know the whys behind anything, and no one needed to understand their own personal skin. It was just like, everyone used this and shut up about it. So like, it's definitely changed. Come here. Hop up. How we educate ourselves about that kind of stuff is like, the landscape is so different. Like, kids these days that were my age back then are so much more knowledgeable about, like, this is what hyaluronic acid does, and this is what BHAs do. And like, I didn't know any of those words until, you know, 7-ish years ago. Like, I didn't know what niacinamide was. And I knew that things exfoliated, but if you said name an exfoliating ingredient, I couldn't tell you back then what it was or what it did, you know, what benefits of retinol. And I feel like that's just like common knowledge now, which just kind of blows my mind how educated younger people are about taking care of themselves. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I'm right there with you. Pond's, I know that's still a brand. All of those older ones are still around, like the Neutrogenas and all of that stuff. Pond's is still around, but I remember my grandma used Pond's cold cream, and she had great skin. Anyway, thank you for the comment. Hold on. Base camp, now leasing. I wonder how much these places are. I'm sure they're an arm and a leg. It's so funny, and it's just so weird, and you'll have to let me know if this is similar where you live. And this is no judgment on anyone. It's an observation. But around here, Golden, Boulder, even Denver, I'd say in some areas, but certainly Golden and Boulder, you'll be walking by these apartment complexes and like houses and townhomes and stuff, especially Golden, Boulder, college towns, where I know the rent is, you know, a 1-bedroom apartment's gonna run you $2,000. Studio will run you $2,000 a month. 1 bedroom, $2,300. I mean, those apartments that we just walked by will probably go somewhere in the $4,000 a month range for an apartment, which is just ungodly expensive in my opinion. In my budget, in my opinion, you know, $4,000 a month is just like, oh my gosh. But then everyone that's a lot of people that are walking around there are just like, you know, disheveled college students, or people just wearing like ripped up sweatpants that are dragging on the ground all covered in mud in the back. And I'm like, you mean to tell me that I get up every day, even when we go on walks like this? Like, I've got like a little button down Hawaiian shirt, and I did my hair, and I put my sunscreen on, and I put my little lip oil on, so when I'm walking my dog, I look cute and presentable. And granted, they're just hanging out around their apartment, so it is what it is, but I'm like, you mean to tell me that you are $48,000 just in rent, and you can't run a quick comb through when you head out for the day? Like, it just doesn't match in my head. Like, you think someone that's able to afford rent that high in a lifestyle that has a cost like that associated with is probably really well put together, and is business focused, or like has everything kind of, they're set up well, they're looking good, they're doing good. And I'm struggling to not struggling, but my budget does, can't even touch that kind of stuff. And I'm like, you're walking out of your really expensive, beautiful apartment, headed out for the day, like, and you haven't washed those sweatpants in a month. I'm just like, how does this add up? You gotta fake it. In my head, I'm like, I gotta fake it until I make it. I want to walk around this neighborhood like, boom, boom, look at me. Maybe that's my problem, is I invest too much in in making sure I look presentable. If I just completely gave up all of that and put all that money towards rent, then I could have a really nice place of my own. But yeah, I'm just like, huh. Couldn't think to put a pair of pants on today. Also, I'm just an old man. There's nothing wrong with just a quick swipe of deodorant and a nice pressed khaki. Okay. Anyway. Okay, finish and review of Astronomer. Going back to that, Lisa said, "Ooh, you really glammed this up. It looks amazing, Anthony. I wish I did squares. There's so many beautiful ones, but I don't, so I won't complain. Side note, do you plan on still doing a video on tips, placers?" Yes, I do. It just keeps slipping in the back burner, and then I find another burner that's behind that, and I move it back to that one, so on and so forth, especially now, because I've just been not incredibly motivated to film recently, so it's even more so not been something that's front of mind at all. But I will. I mean, if some other content creator gets to that video first, at this point I'm like, please do, because I am slacking so hard. But I'd love to finish that. A lot of it has to do with the fact that I need to film in the house, which I'm still getting comfy with. I need to film in the house, and I need to talk about my thoughts and feelings after I finish a section or whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not that hard of a project. It's just time consuming, and I guess I'm just not willing to give that time to it right now, but I do want to do it. So thank you for your patience and bearing with me. I can't give you any sort of date, to be honest. There's a laundry list of things that I'd, as far as filming goes, there's a few things that I'd rather do. And even then, the actual filming itself, I'm not, there's things I'd rather do. I'm sorry. I'm just being completely honest. Like, just the thought of that makes me shiver a little bit, having to do that. So, I'm sorry. But thank you for the reminder. Going to my... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't finish that. I bought a few everlasting ones, and I'd love to know your take on placers. Okay, you know what? What we can do is I can just give you that feedback now, because I've been using the Diamond Art Club. You know, honestly, maybe this is all it takes. I've used all of these tips before, so maybe I will put together a video, really time intensive, working on a section of each one and providing my feedback. But at the end of the day, I've used all of these tips for an extended period of time. I know which one I like most. Like, it's not like I am in the dark. It's just I wanted to put content together around it. But I'll just tell you straight up. The Diamond Art Club, the new metal multi-placers that they've released are the best diamond painting pen tips that I've used across the board. Even going back to some of these other ones and playing with them, I will continue to use the Diamond Art Club ones. They're just, the walls of them are so thin that you really get a good grip on your diamonds as you're placing, and I feel like I have more control over how I'm placing my drills more than any other pen tips that I've used. For instance, you just mentioned the Everlasting tips. I'd say those are my second to last place. If we're comparing, the plastic tips that you get in Diamond Art Club are my least favorite. Moving up in ranking would be Everlasting tips is just a step above those. Then the thin metal multi-placers from Amazon that Katie over at Diamonds and Washi was using and had recommended for a while. And then now the Diamond Art Club metal multi-placers that are at the top of the list. The reason why I'm not a big fan, I went back and used them, of the Everlasting tips, pen tips, is by comparison, they are very bulky and unwieldy as compared to the metal multi-placers from Diamond Art Club and even the thin metal multi-placers from Amazon. The spacing inside the actual tip is much wider on the Everlasting tips ones. So going from something that's very thin to those wide boys, I felt like they were just swallowing up my drills and I couldn't figure out if I was placing them in alignment or close, and I felt like the walls of those tips were thicker, and so I tended to have more gapping. I just had to be a lot more careful. Now, back when I was using those, they felt fine. So I'm not saying that you need to switch or abandon those. They felt fine, but once you start to refine that and experience like these thinner tips that leave, essentially think of it like, okay, let me see. So this is the diamond, right? Here's the diamond. And then this is the pen tip. So it clunks and pulls, right? So the difference between the Everlasting tips and the Diamond Art Club ones is like the Diamond Art Club ones kind of grab the drill like this, so you still have volume of drill a little bit on either side, so you really can get them up close to the next ones because you can see what you're playing with. Whereas I felt like the Everlasting tips ones were just like and then pulling it. So now I don't know what's going on in there. That's how it felt. And that might not be your experience, and that might be a little bit of an exaggeration of how it works realistically, but that's how it feels when you compare the two. The Amazon ones are my second place because they are very, the inside where you put your putty is thinner, but the walls of them, my fingers would be fatter compared to the Diamond Art Club ones. So it's a very minute, this is nitpicking, but I really struggled with the Everlasting tips after not used them for quite some time, because I had been using those Amazon ones for months and now the Diamond Art Club ones for months. I want to say it had been close to a year since I had used Everlasting tips, and so they just felt really chunky and hard to use as compared to the others. I don't like the plastic pen tips because they were really wiggly. No matter what I did in all of my pens, they were really wiggly. Some of them had plastic, like a little bit of plastic on the edge of the tip. So then I'd go to like grab some drills and that would get in the way. Like they just don't seem like they're just manufactured completely differently, and they just did not work. Like I tried using them for a small portion of a section just to see like should I even be comparing these, and I just was like I literally was like, in my opinion, these are almost unusable. And I know there's plenty of people that use them and plenty of people that like them, but for me, I have all the other tips laying out in front of me. There's no reason why I would use the plastic tips and make all the concessions of like, well, just, do this to make it work and sand it down a little bit and take some nail clippers and do this and, say this chant over them and it'll work. It's like, I don't, no. I'm trying to diamond paint here, I'm not trying to fix these less than ideal pen tips. That's not why I don't want to spend half an hour doing that. So yeah, the plastic tips that just come in your Diamond Art Club box, no thank you. And then the everlasting tips, no thank you. Especially, granted I believe, everlasting tips, small business. And so I get it and they mill all of that stuff themselves, or I'm not sure how it happens. But they are pricey. And the Diamond Art Club ones are pricey too, but not as pricey. I remember there was like a couple pen tips that I paid like $36 for one pen tip. Whereas the Diamond Art Club ones are kind of in I think the biggest ones are in like the 20, they're not that much cheaper, but you're talking probably $10 cheaper per tip across the board. That adds up. And the nice thing with Diamond Art Club is you can score that free shipping and there's points involved. It's just the Diamond Art Club metal pen tips. I just don't see how they could get better. I just don't know how you could improve upon that design. They're just as thin as they could be while still, not warping and bending and stuff. They're very sturdy. I don't know. My initial qualm with them is almost every single one is whatever they say as far as the pen tip size. So let's say it's a 4-placer, it's really a 4.5 placer. If it says 5, it's a 5.5. They're just slightly bigger than they need to be to pick up the number of drills that they label them as. So I use the 5-placer because it picks up 6 more often than not. Sometimes if my putty is has been a little bit pressed in or is a little bit worn in, then it will only pick up the 5, but it almost always grabs the 6 for both round and square. And I've tried it with old Diamond Art Club drills, newer ones. Hold on. Let's go. I've tried it with Diamond Painting Shop, Jaded Gem Shop. Who else? Creativity Squirrel. Distracted by Diamonds, I believe. So I've tried them with a number of different drills from a number of different brands, and I've had the same experience across the board. They're like a half size too big for what they label that as. So as long as you're okay with that, always having that little, that 6th drill or 11th drill, whatever it is, hanging off the back end of your placer a little bit, then everything else is pretty much perfect. If they just made them ever so slightly smaller to pick up exactly what they're labeled as, they'd be I just don't know how it'd get better. I just don't know how they'd get it better. They now release those twist-on ones. I don't know if I subscribe to that unless pen shops start making pens, like poured resin pens with the same thread in it, so you could use those. That might step it up a little bit for me, so I didn't have to put any washi tape or anything depending on the pen to get all of the tips to fit. If that became a universal thing, fine, but I don't want to be forced into a position where now I'm just using Diamond Art Club's pens because that's all my pen tips will work with. I don't like that type of strategy where it's like, oh, this is how we can really rope them into only using our products, because it's like the Apple issue, like, oh, you can only use our charger and blah blah blah. But like, I don't like that type of vibe. So yeah, I'm not gonna do the threaded stuff. I'm already in too deep with everything else. Like I said, unless pen shops start making pens specifically for Diamond Art Club's threaded tips, then I'm not going to go down that road. But yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much the whole video. The only thing, or everything I have to say about it, the only thing that's missing is physically seeing me. I was going to do time lapses of me working with each one and then show you like the gapping and stuff, but at the end of the day, if you just are looking for like what's my opinion, Diamond Art Club metal multi-placers, not the threaded ones, just the regular ones, number one. Number two is the thin metal multi-placers that I was getting off of Amazon. If I can find the link for them, I will put the link for that in the description, because those are the most affordable next to the free ones that you get from Diamond Art Club. In third place would be Everlasting Tips. And even then, like, basically, I would only use 1 and 2. 3 and 4 are just products that I have, but I would not buy again. Sorry. I'm sorry. Your little ears. Can you sit for me? Good boy. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Good boy. Yeah, numbers 3 and 4, Everlasting Tips, and the plastic placers from Diamond Art Club that just come in the box. If I have the ability to not use those, I probably wouldn't buy from Everlasting Tips again. They're just, unless they were to redo their whatever their layout, blueprint, whatever you want to call it, their shape and size of their tips, and refine that and make them a little bit thinner, more narrow, then maybe I'd give them another shot, but I just didn't enjoy working with those anymore. Now that I've seen the power of the thin multi-placer. Let's go this way. We might be able to cross right here. Come on. You gotta book it. Go. Good boy. Good boy. Thank you. So yeah, that was a long answer, but I figured that, I mean, that's it. Maybe I don't need to do that video now. Okay. Going back to my unboxing of Mountain Landscape by Eau Claire Studio. Hi, Anthony. I look forward to seeing this worked on. Thanks for the unboxing, from Ellie. Thank you, Ellie. Don't go over there. Don't go over there. The geese are... A lot of the geese around here have their little babies. Like, it's, that time of year, so there's a lot of little geeselings all over the place. And so the geese tend to get very, very aggressive and very protective over their little babies. Rightly so. But you just got to kind of keep your distance right now from them. Okay. Barb Paisley said, in regards to my vlog episode 103, hi Anthony, love your opening music for this video. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm glad. I'm going to keep the intro and outro clips. It's just the thumbnails for my videos that I think need some work. But thank you. Barb goes on to say, in regards to my finish and review of Astronomer, beautiful, Anthony. How long does it take you to paint the borders of your paintings. It seems like that would be a very cost-effective way to prepare for hanging, but haven't gotten the nerve to do it yet. Worried I'll mess up the painting or make a big mess in general. Yeah, I could see that. It takes me, I mean, it depends on the size of the painting. Like I just did Gizmonda today, and that took a couple hours because my table that I was working on wasn't big enough. So I do 2 coats of black craft paint. I usually go for like a satin finish or just a traditional finish. I don't look for gloss, I don't look for matte, I just look for plain black acrylic craft paint. And then I do 2 coats of it. Some people have recommended that I go over the legend and everything with rubbing alcohol or like paint thinner, and that'll get the legend and everything off so you don't see it through the paint. But as long as I'm using black paint, I don't have to worry about that, at least in my experience. So I go over the entire thing. Okay, sorry, battery died. But I was just talking about painting the borders of the canvas. I usually do, paint the whole border in 1 coat of acrylic paint. I use an angled paintbrush. That way I can use that kind of corner of the angle to get up against the drills. But you do have to be careful not to paint up on top of the drills. It takes a steady hand and it takes a close eye, a good amount of attention to avoid painting over the drills, which I have done in the past by accident. So yeah, it's risky. It's definitely not the easiest, probably not the easiest method. Anyway, so I do 1 coat, I let it dry for about 30-45 minutes, just wait till it's completely dry, and then I do a 2nd coat. Let that dry, and just look it over. If there's some areas that I can still see the canvas through, then I'll touch it up, but usually it just takes 2 coats of plain old black paint, and we're off to the races. People have told me you should just take like black duct tape or black kind of tape and just run a line of tape, that's wide enough, or do several runs of it over the borders and call it good. I just don't think that would look very good from like a fit and finish standpoint. I'd be able to tell like, why does that diamond painting have duct tape all around it? So I like the painted look, because I think it classes it up a little bit, and it makes me feel like I'm putting the finishing touches in a more tangible, artistic way around my diamond painting. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes me feel like that last little bit, I'm really getting in there with my own hand and my own paintbrush and my own paint. And even though it's just the border and there's no creative skill required, it does make me feel like I'm kind of finishing up a project with my own hand. I don't know how else to describe it, and there might be plenty of people that have their eyes rolled so far back in their head right now. Like, oh, okay, Anthony, you did a diamond painting, which is essentially, paint by numbers, doesn't require a lot of creative skill, but oh no, the border is when you suddenly become Picasso. I don't know what else to tell you, but it makes me feel good doing those last few coats of paint and getting a cup of coffee and rinsing the brush out, and like just the process of it makes me feel like I'm doing something special, as opposed to just like slapping some duct tape on it or slapping some, I guess there's some sort of sticky baseboard that you can get at like Home Depot or Lowe's that looks like a frame, and you can it's like foam, and you can peel and stick. Once again, I don't know how good that would look in my opinion, as far as how clean that would look. I just worry, I don't mind being completely honest. I think the duct tape and the sticky foam board, I think it would cheapen the finished product, in my opinion. So yeah, don't hate me on because of that, but I like a black border until I can afford or till I have the wherewithal to actually professionally frame some of this stuff. I just paint it black, and the act of painting it does something for me. So yeah. Okay. Oh, I thought you were gonna, I thought he was doing a round 2. I was like, what the heck? We've been so long. Okay, so thanks so much, Barb. I appreciate the comments. We're headed back to the house now, so we'll see how many more we can get through. I was really hoping to get past this 1 month mark, but I just can't seem to crack this 1 month mark with these comments. But keep them coming. That's not a bad thing. I just need to do this more frequently. In regards to my vlog episode 103, Kay Whittington's, hi Kay, said, hi Anthony, I hope you and Paulo got through the snowstorm in Golden with no problems. We did, we survived. That was a lot. You ready? I'm getting hungry for dinner, Apollo. What do you think we should have? My heart, now that we were talking wings, now my stomach says, you want wings, Anthony. But I also haven't had a Vietnamese noodle bowl in quite some time, and that also speaks to me. I don't know, I'm just hungry. Anything will do. I was also thinking barbecue, ramen, like all the places downtown. I could go for some chips and salsa right now, so I'm just hungry. Okay, let's go this way. Ugh. You trying to trip your dad? You trying to take me down? Come on, come on. Stay on this side. I stay on this side, you on that side. Okay. Hi, Kay, sorry. Kay said in regards to my vlog episode 103, hi Anthony, I hope you and Paulo got through the snowstorm in Golden with no problems. Yeah, we survived. We saw on the national news how the area was buried in snow. Yes, it was. Being from the South, I can't imagine dealing with all that talking about Jersey Shore. I've never understood the appeal of those reality shows where you can watch people behaving badly. Look forward to Summer with the Masters. Oh, thank you. I hope you enjoy. Oh, you know what I'm getting? I'm getting Thai gold. Look at that sign. It's calling to me. Then I can get some drunken noodles. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. I'm going to drop him off and place a takeout order and come back. Yeah, I'm excited for the event. I hope, I think you might have commented on a more recent post what you'll be working on already. I'll have to look for that. But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm most likely, because I'm so in the Sarah Bernhardt Alphonse Mucha mode right now. I'm most likely going to be working on Medi from Alphonse Mucha. It's another panel, theatrical Sarah Bernhardt panel that Jaded Gem Shop put up because I asked her to. Maybe I might have demanded she do it, but it went up on her shop last week. And I know I said I'm on a no buy unless there's some special stuff that comes through. Well, that was very special. That kit is crazy cool. I can't wait to unbox it, but I'll probably be working on that as well as my whips for Summer with the Masters. And then if I can, I'll start working on all his vanity as well. But nothing's gonna stop me from getting these poster panels, Sarah Bernhardt poster panels. Whenever Jade releases them, as long as I finished one, I will get another because I want all of them. They're so cool. They've completely captivated me. I'm watching some documentaries about Alphonse Mucha. Hey, no. What? Hi, welcome to the next clip. I figured I'm doing another walk-in vlog responding to your comments the day after the last run that you just saw. So I'm just gonna try to stitch them together and do one long one. And if that is the case, I'm able to make one giant video out of this responding to your comments. I wanna let you know what happened in the last clip and why it got cut. So I was responding to a comment, and as I was doing that, we were across the street from a church here in town. We were across the street walking next to across the street from a church that's here in town. That church does a really cool service that I appreciate, and I think it's great that they do this. They leave their parking lot open for anyone who is struggling with housing, might be currently living in their car or an RV or something like that. It gives them, they open their parking lot up to those folks so they have a safe place to park rather than having to worry about that kind of thing. They even have a food drop-off area, which I've dropped stuff off at before, and they do free lunches and dinners certain days, nights of the week. And, oh, we might have a potty break here. Hold on. He's looking like he's gonna do it. He's looking and he's doing it. Okay, hold on, everyone. Sorry, we had a potty break. Let me just pop this over in this trash can here. We'll be good to go. Da, da, da. Okay, let's keep moving. So anyway, responding to comments, walking across the street from a church that does open parking for people that need it. And there was an RV parked there in that parking lot. As we were walking by, a dog started barking. No problem, dogs bark. And then I hear a loud bang, and I hear someone yelling, no, 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 no. And a dog came bursting out of that RV, had broken through the screen door, side door to the RV, started growling and barking and baring its teeth and sprinting across the street. Keep in mind, it's this street here, busy street, came sprinting across the street towards Apollo and I, and several people had to slam on their brakes to not hit the dog. The dog stopped in the middle of the street, was just standing there in traffic, barking at me and Apollo, and of course me and Apollo froze because I'm like, I don't want this dog to chase us. And ran across the street. The owner comes out of the RV, starts, yelling and screaming for the dog. The dog makes it across the street, kind of dodging the cars, and luckily did not try to attack Apollo, but certainly he sniffed a tree, then walked over to me and Apollo. And luckily it had like a harness on, kind of like Apollo does with the little briefcase handle. And so it made it across traffic, made it over to our side, and I just kind of grabbed it by its little briefcase handle and held it in place, let go of Apollo, so he's still around my waist, to allow Apollo to create some distance, but he couldn't get away because he's still tied to me. But just in case the dog tried to lunge for him or start trying to bite him, held onto the dog until the owner could dodge traffic and make it across the street. Come on, this way. The owner came up, is still yelling at his dog. As he goes to reach for his dog, this dog starts baring its teeth and growling again. So it almost gave me the vibe like the dog was more angry or scared of the owner than of anything else, which was concerning. But he got his dog back. I handed him back his dog. And, I'm extremely flustered and pretty upset, I'm not upset at that they're parked there at that church or anything by any means, but their RV had like all these beware of dog signs in the windows and stuff. And it's like, okay, well, if you're gonna warn people about your aggressive dog or beware of dog, then maybe you should shore up that flimsy, screen door that your dog can push through and start running all over the street unleashed and growling and baring its teeth and barking at dogs who, we're just minding our own business across, lanes of traffic. We're not, getting too close to the RV or creating a fuss or getting my dog too close to them. Like I had, other than a barking dog, I had no idea what was going on until it came running out towards us. And so I was not happy, especially when I think that Apollo's in danger. My protector mode kicks in, and immediately I was like, okay, how do I incapacitate this dog so it doesn't attack Apollo? So that's why I was like, okay, I can grab its handle. If I've got to do other stuff, I will. I was in fight mode and very upset and flustered. Apollo looked scared. He's kind of like cowering. And so the guy got his dog back, and he starts kind of dragging him back towards the RV. And as he walked away, he's like, sorry, like upset at me. Like I think he was more upset at his dog, but his attitude was just like, sorry. Like I almost felt like I had done something wrong. And then he kind of stopped probably about like 3 or 4 feet away from me, as if he wanted me to, acknowledge his apology. And like, I think he was looking for like an "it's okay, no problem" man or something. And I just turned to him. I have my headphones on, I have my sunglasses on. I just turned and just looked at him, and I was just like, get the hell away from me. And I didn't say it like that. I said it a little bit more aggressively. And he was not happy with that response and said some choice words and started making his way across the street, and we kept walking. And that was that. But after that interaction, altercation, whatever it was, I was like, yeah, I don't feel like responding to any more comments. So I talked about what had happened because, I had stopped the camera. I came back, talked about what had happened, and then just kept moving. But I tried to get back in the zone of responding to comments. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not feeling it. I'm like breathing heavy. My heart's racing. I'm upset. Let's just call it today. So we're back with another clip. I want to keep going to try to get through some more comments. But once again, depending on the file size of all this, it's either going to be one big long video or I'll have to split this up into 2. So that's that. Hi. Hello. So we're back at it. I know I had left off with Kay. So let's get back into it. I had also just posted something on a skincare Facebook group I belong to, so I want to see if that has... It's one of those Facebook groups that the admins have to approve your posts, so I'm just waiting for it to get approved, but it hasn't yet. No problem. Let's go to our content. Let's go to our comments. Let's scroll all the way down. Oh my gosh, so many still. So many. Okay, here we go. We're back at it. So this was in regards to my vlog, episode 103. Kay said, hi Anthony, I hope you and Paulo got through the snowstorm in Golden with no problems. I think I did respond to that part. Yeah, we did survive the storm. It was really heavy snow. We saw in the national news how the area was buried in snow. Being from the South, I can't imagine dealing with all that. Talking about Jersey Shores, I've never understood the appeal of those reality shows where you can watch people behaving badly. Looking forward to Summer with the Masters. I think I got to the part where I was like, I'm excited for Kay to join Summer with the Masters. And yeah, I'm not big into, I don't watch reality shows either. I don't even really watch TV, like at all. Unless I'm wanting to hang out with my roommates, I'll sit down and watch whatever they're watching. But it's rare that I'll sit down and watch TV. Even when I sit down in front of the TV to like have lunch or hang out or whatever, I'm almost always just grabbing my phone and reading an article while I do that thing, or listening to a podcast or watching a video and the TV's off. It's very rare that I'll watch TV. I'm so out of touch with shows and movies and all of that stuff. But when my friends are into something, I'll watch it. So I haven't seen Jersey Shore since we talked about it a month ago. I have no intention of going and like seeking that out, but if I go over to my friend's house again and they're like, hey, do you want to watch Jersey Shore again? Of course I'll say yes, but I'm not going to seek it out. Oh, another poop. Hold on. Sorry, false alarm. Never mind. He like started to do a little crouch. I was like, how do you still have poop? You really went for it the first round, but yeah, he just almost did it. And he's like, never mind, there's nothing. I think it's more of a marking his territory. I think I mentioned it on a past vlog that he's learned how to, he used to just pee all his pee and he was done. And now he's been marking. So he'll stop, do a little pee, stop, lift his leg, and I don't know where I think it's just instinctual because he doesn't hang out with enough dogs, I think, to have learned the lift the leg on the tree thing. He just started doing it a few months ago, which is interesting. But anyway, let's cross the street. Let's start a workout. We did like 6-point-something miles yesterday, so my feet are a little sore, but we're gonna go for it. But yeah, I'm kind of in your same boat. I don't really seek out watching reality shows or people acting crazy or dramatic TV like that, but if a friend wants to watch it and I'm hanging out with them, I'm not going to be like, I don't care for that. It did kind of suck me in, I'll be honest, but not enough for me to be like, ooh, I'm going to go home and download whatever streaming service I need to watch this. So thank you so much for the comment. And I'm super excited for Summer with the Masters too. So thank you. Like, heart. Going back to my unboxing of The Pride by the Creatrix and Francesca Studio Works. Nova Scotian Hiker says, wow, gorgeous, thank you. Yeah, that's a really cool kit. My finish in review of Astronomer. Diamond Painting RN said, what a spectacular finish, Anthony. The details are amazing. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. It was a lot of fun. And then it looks like we have a few comments in regards to my vlog episode 104, which was titled Responding to Your Comments, Part 11. We've got Speechcrafts. Says, I love your new intro. So cool to see those deer/elk. And congratulations on your number of subscribers. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, that was really cool. Now I remember what video that was. There was a bunch of deer or elk, I couldn't tell, here in town. And yeah, that was really cool. And thank you so much on the subscribers. I still need to do some sort of thank you / giveaway up for subscribers. We're right around, I think, like 2,900 at this point. So we're inching our way towards 3,000, which is really cool. I think I was thinking about that yesterday, like, oh, I still haven't done anything fun for that. I think I'm gonna hold off until I start posting my Cedar Point vacation vlogs. I think I'm gonna announce some kind of giveaway, and I'm gonna do some sort of thank you while I'm there at Cedar Point. I thought that'd be fun, a little change of scenery. And I'll do a vlog. I'll mention that. Maybe we'll be around 3,000 by then, and I'll do some sort of giveaway announcement during one of those Cedar Point vlogs, which will be, those will probably be posted either during the trip, because I'll bring my laptop and everything I need to edit, so I could technically edit at night. So that'll either be the first weekend-ish of June, if not when I get back, so like second or third week of June, you'll see some vlogs go up from that vacation, and I'll announce some sort of thank you giveaway for just being here. I appreciate you all being here, so thank you. Casey, that's me, said the Leopard Leather Works, they make great pens. Apollo is a good boy, seeing him is the best. Love hearing your thoughts, another great vlog. Golden is beautiful. I know, I love Golden, it's awesome. I really enjoy being here and being able to like get out and walk. Even today I was like, oh, I'm gonna take Apollo up somewhere, we'll drive somewhere, and I got home and I was like, I really don't feel like getting back in the car after commuting home today, and I was like, why am I so worried about like going somewhere when this is where we are, you know? It's like all I need to do is walk out the front door and we'll have a good time. So I was like, let's just walk around town. I don't need to drive anymore today. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, I have connected with Leopard Leather Works, I believe. Is that who I was chatting with? There's a small shop that I had been chatting with recently. I think it was them. If they do lives and stuff, then yes, I'm now familiar with Leopard Leather Works. From what I understand, they will help you pick out your pen size and stuff based off of like how you hold your pen, and you can even do measurements and stuff, so it's like super duper custom. I just need to do all of that and order a pen from them. But yes, Leopard Leather Works is on my list to try, so thank you for the recommendation. Melissa Ann Sparkle said, maybe instead of a poll, you can just have the winner pick from the 5. Congrats on 2,500. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's a really good question. That's a really good suggestion. I think I know where I want to get the gift card to. It'll most likely be Jaded Gem Shop, because I have seen a lot of feedback from folks saying, oh, I'd love to order from Jaded Gem Shop. It's a little outside my budget, or just with international shipping, it's just a little too much for me. So I'd love people that want to experience a Jaded Gem Shop kit to have the opportunity. And so I was like, maybe I can just do a gift card to that way, you know, and make it enough that you could get, you know, a kit or take off a very significant amount from a kit. Because I hear you when price is a hindrance. I totally get that. And I'd love to create an opportunity for folks to enjoy Jade's kits, because they are awesome sauce. So yeah, thank you. I'll keep that in mind. And then Bella Luna, hello, says you can also try O'Brien Custom Churning. They have awesome wooden, hybrid, and resin churnings. I am up for getting another wooden pen, the only kind I use. As far as your conversation about AI monitoring the diamond painting process, there is a saying that champagne taste with a beer budget. Yes. Come on, buddy. Hello. Yeah, I totally see that. Champagne taste with a beer budget, or just wanting beer pricing for champagne. So not even the budget for beer, but just assuming that everything should be beer pricing regardless of the quality or what it is. So yeah, I totally see that. You hit the nail on the head there. And yeah, I'm gonna take a screenshot so I can remember that O'Brien Custom Churning. Bella Luna, you'll have to tell me, is this one of those shops that you have to like belong to their Facebook group and do the pick me or I'm in or whatever? I know there's a lot of pen shops that will drop pens and they're like, just put this thing in the comment and then we'll do a drawing, and if you pick it, you have the right to buy. I totally get that, because there's such a high demand and limited amount of pens that they have, so it gives everyone a fair shot. That's just not my life. I wouldn't be good about, you know, refreshing and checking pages constantly to make sure that I get a chance to buy. I am the kind of person that wants to go to a website or an Etsy shop, it's available in stock, and I just buy it, you know, just straight up. I don't have to, you know, jump up and down and do a backflip to request a pen. If I've got the money and it's available, then that's how I like to do it. So you have to let me know what their selling structure is, but I will look into it. You don't have any P left. You don't have, it's all gone. You're just doing it to do it. But thank you so much for the comment. I appreciate it, and I love hearing from you. Wow, okay, going back to my cross-stitch conversion series, episode 1 setup. Sorry, I'm wearing my sunglasses, and they're they're polarized, so they kind of block out the phone screen. Judith Trigg 1694 says, thank you. I'm doing my first pattern to pattern to diamond, so cross stitch conversion. So this is great. I'm just getting the canvas slightly bigger than I need using old drills I'm thinking, or odd drills I'm buying. I'm going to place drills using chart and crossing off on a page. It's all new to me. Good luck. Good luck to you as well. I hope that's working out for you, and you'll have to give me a status update on how things are working out. Some people have commented they want me to continue talking more about cross-stitch conversions. There was at one point last year where I had planned on doing a cross-stitch conversion event with a couple other content creators, Hannah Sparkling Spectrumite and Sophie at the Diamond Help Desk, but right around the time we were planning that, I had some life stuff come up, and I just decided that I didn't want to overpromise and underdeliver or disappoint, so I bowed out of that. And honestly, I don't know if they're continuing running with that torch and are still doing that event. I'm not sure. I would suggest reaching out to them directly to see what the plans are there, but I haven't really gotten any updates on what's happening with that event, and I don't, even though things have kind of settled for me, I don't think it's an event that I want to jump back into now. I hope that it still happens, but yeah, it's not something that I think I'll be jumping back into anytime soon. But I still enjoy cross-stitch conversions. I love the process. I think I did my first Medusa one and fell in love with the process, and then I jumped into my next one, and I think I just bit off a little bit more than I can chew, not because it was a conversion, but because of the image itself and the number of colors. But I will be working on that this summer. So hopefully I'll get a chance to do either some sort of whip and chat or an update video on that project so we can talk more about cross-stitch conversions. But I'm hoping those first two videos that I did about the process, people can still refer to and find helpful. So yeah, thank you so much for the comment. Let's get up these stairs. Right, buddy? Yeah. It's a beautiful day. We had some rain earlier today come through Denver. So we've got a little bit of humidity in the air, which I like, even though it's hot. Hot and humid. We're probably in the high 70s today with a good amount of humidity because of the rain, but it's good for my skin, and my nasal passages get a little moisture going is always a good thing. So yeah. All right, moving on, a couple of comments in regards to my vlog, episode 104. Oh, gosh, I probably should have done some sort of walking at work today at lunch. I'm already out of breath just doing stairs. Apollo, we've been walking too much the past 2 days. My poor bod. Alley Cat 61, hi, says, hi Anthony, two things. For the poll, my answer would be Jaded Gem Shop. Oh, fancy that, we were just talking about it. My other question, I will be working on a Muka evening contemplation. I know you have done several and had them hanging up. Just wondering if you framed them or hung them some other way. They are pretty long. Thanks for any advice. You are so, even though this is a month-old comment, you're very, you're keeping on topic with what I'm dealing with today. You're a mind reader. Okay, so for the Muka panels and all of my diamond paintings that I hang up, I paint the border of the canvas itself. I don't frame it. I don't put anything on it or around it. I just take some black craft paint and paint the borders so it looks like a frame. And then I typically use command strips to hang my diamond paintings. However, I hung up Gizmonda yesterday and put 4 command strips on it, and the canvas was just too heavy and it ripped off. So when a canvas is that big, that one's a 60 by 180, big and heavy, I'm gonna have to figure out something else. I think I'm just gonna still use command strips, but rather than relying on the adhesive that's on the command strip that goes towards the canvas and not the wall, I'm actually gonna glue them to the canvas with either super glue or something. Let that cure overnight, fuse to the fabric of the canvas, and then I'll stick it to the wall, because it ripped off the canvas, but the command strip stayed on the wall. So it's not that they're not strong enough to hold it to the wall. It's just the fibers of the canvas fabric just peeled, you know, just ripped off the back. So it's just, they're not strong enough to hold to the strips, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping if I super glue the command strips to the canvas, then peel off the backing, stick it to the wall, I'm thinking that will work. So yeah, I've never had anything professionally framed, like, ever in my life. And I know the pricing for that is really expensive. Someday when I have the money and the means to start framing some of those, I will get them framed. And I'm hoping the black paint it'll be able to get covered up by the, what do they call it that you put in a frame? It's like backing, or I don't know. There's some sort of word for that piece of cardboard or piece of something they put on the canvas before they put the frame and the glass on it. So yeah, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But no, I've never had anything professionally framed. I just paint the borders. And I believe there is a video on my channel somewhere that I did this is how we do it, painting a border, and I showed everyone how I paint the borders of my canvases. So if you just type in single and placing borders or single and placing this is how we do it, and I believe there's a playlist too. You should be able to find those. If you can't find it, let me know. I will try to search for it, and if I can't find it and I'm misspeaking, I will film how I paint the borders on an upcoming finish. So just let me know. But thank you so much for the comment. And then, let's see, Diamond and Doxies says, pausing the video about dog waste and private residential trash cans. I absolutely hate when someone does that to me. My trash guys don't tip the can over to empty it. They just grab the bags inside. Oh, and that little poop bag either falls out onto my driveway or ends up in the bottom of my trash can. Either way, I have to pick it up. I always carry my dog waste back home and put it in my own trash. Now, if I was walking past a dumpster that is picked up by a truck and emptied, that's different. Or if you know for a fact that a person's trash can is completely emptied, then that might be different. I know you would never intentionally do something that was wrong. I just wanted to throw that out there. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And yes, I've seen, I had some people comment, I think previously, and it was part of that lost series of vlogs that I filmed. And it might be upcoming comments. You know, I get notifications when they come in, and if I have my phone on me, sometimes I read them. So yes, I stopped doing that because I read those comments. I'm like, you know what, everyone's right. If it was me and I had to deal with someone's poop bags and like fuss with them with my own hands, I'd probably be like, seriously? So I stopped doing that. For instance, here's some trash cans right here. And I know that trash day is Monday, so these have just been recently taken out. So I wouldn't pop a poop bag in those because I know it'd be sitting in there for a whole nother week. But I can confirm that here in Golden and then the Denver metro area, they use the trash trucks that have the little robotic arm that hooks under, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a little metal bar right there. It hooks in that metal bar and automatically flips the trash cans up into the truck. So our trash collectors don't get out of their trucks. They just drive up, hook it, dump it, and move on. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it'll empty. Maybe the truck didn't shake it all out, or it falls off to the side and falls on the ground. So upon further reflection, I stopped doing that probably about a month ago when I filmed that video. So now Apollo is a man of routine, and so I usually know if I take him to specific spots at the start of our walk, like we just did, he's gonna poop there. And there's trash cans, public trash cans right nearby. Otherwise, if he does a random poop somewhere that I can't throw it away in a public trash can, then I just carry it with me until we get to that place where there is a public trash can. So I stopped doing that. I recognize that that's not ideal for people that have to deal with that, even though to me it seemed okay. It's not okay. So yeah, stop doing that. So thank you so much for the folks that were commenting on that and kind of giving me some advice there, because I'm like, trash is trash. What's the big deal? And now I'm like, yeah, I could see that being gross. So we do public trash cans, or I just take it back home with me to my own. So thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Going back to my finish and review of Astronomer, Miller Time Mama says, looks amazing. Thank you. And my vlog, episode 104, responding to your comments, Allie Cat 61 says, I really think that the majority of us purchase more diamond paintings than we complete, hence all of the diamond painting stash videos and postings. And so many of us try to hide the next delivery from our partners. That's funny. I don't have a partner, so I don't have to worry about that. But what I do have, I don't worry about it, but sometimes it's a little, not embarrassing, but I do, like when I, had my run of buying a ton of diamond art clubs when I first moved into the new place, I'd get a box in and open the box, take the diamond paintings out, set them in a pile, and then my roommates would be like, is there more here than there were last week? And I'm like, I don't think so. Because I just didn't want to have to be like, yeah, no, I bought another 3. And I'm just amassing a big old pile, because I, at that time, I think I had finished 1 maybe, so the pile just kept growing without me actually reducing it. But I finally took them all out to the garage a couple of weeks ago. It's just like, okay, I gotta not make this look as crazy as it is. You ready? Get up there. Good boy, nice one. That was a good one. You're such a good jumper. You got lots of muscles. Good boy. So yeah, I totally get that. But luckily I don't have to answer to anyone in that way. I do have to answer to my own bank account, my own feelings of guilt though, which is probably just as strong as if I had somebody else telling me this is too much. Luckily I have my own guilty conscience to rely on for that. But thank you so much for the comment. Lisa Noof says, hi Anthony, congrats on over 2,500 subscribers. Thank you. Now about the dog poop. Okay, here we go. You asked if it's okay to put in someone else's trash can. No way, don't do it. I frequently forget to put something in the trash can after I've wheeled it to the curb. It would be mortifying if I discovered the poop bag when I was out there trying to untie my bag to put more trash in. Gross. I'm glad you don't live in my neighborhood, LOL. I stopped doing it. I stopped. It's no longer... No, I'm no longer a menace to the community, at least not my local community. People might think I'm a menace to the diamond painting community, but I'm no longer a menace to my local community. So yeah, I stopped. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Going back to my finish and review of Astronomer, Jan Smith says, wow, Anthony, this looks amazing. You have done such an awesome job enhancing the painting. Wish it was something I'd feel comfortable doing, but I wouldn't know where to start. Yeah, well, first off, thank you so much for the comment. I appreciate it. I'm glad you liked the way that looked. And yeah, I've talked a little bit about enhancing diamond paintings before and how I approach it. And I take a really easy way of enhancing my kits. I don't take too much time to overanalyze how I go about it. And I will be doing a video of start to finish enhancing a project, and I'm going to be comparing 2 diamond paintings next to each other. One will be done as it's sent. The other one will be enhanced, and it's Lotus with Koi Fish. I forget the artist. It's from Diamond Art Club. I've done, I think, 1 row of my straight up no enhancement kit so far. So I'm gonna finish that and then move right into the enhanced version. So most likely by the fall, I'd say by August time, I should have both of those done, and I will be filming the second one from the time I kit it up and decide what I want to enhance, purchasing the enhancements from DP with Sparklers, getting them in, how I kit them into my, storage containers so I know when to use what, and working on it, and then I'll have a finish for you so you can see the difference between the two. And you can also see how much it costs, all of that good stuff. So I've already finished I've already filmed the unboxing of those 2 kits as like a kickoff. So that will be most likely coming in the next week or two. I just need to edit it and schedule it for posting. It'll be at the end of May, just before Summer with the Masters, so I can focus on Summer with the Masters for June and July. But you will see that coming. And if you do have a kit that you're like, oh, I really want to enhance this one, but I'm scared, I don't know what to do, reach out to me on Instagram or send me an email with the kit, what kit it is. And if you want to even do like a Zoom call or a FaceTime or something and want some help walking through it, I'm more than happy to help you out with that, to ease that fear. My other suggestion is to reach out to Tima over at DP with Sparklers. She's kind of the queen of enhancements, and I've seen her do the same thing where she'll help someone decide what they're gonna do where, and she makes it really easy, tells you, okay, you're gonna need 2 bags of this and 1 bag of this, and this is how much it's gonna cost. Let me put together a invoice for you. You just gotta click buy and off you go. So that's another option. At one point, there was another content creator, you can call me Butter, and they had a business where you could do the same thing again, get some help enhancing kits. They would do all of the charting for you and everything and give you your shopping list and walk you through it. I don't know if they still do that, but then again, I am very out of touch with most content creators at this point, and I don't really keep up with anybody anymore, so I don't know. But you could try to look her up, see if that's still something that she does. But and she is a makeup artist from what I remember, and has some artistic, professional artistic background, so they're much more skilled in that. I just do it based off of my eye, so I'm not a professional. However, I'm still happy to help. Not trying to take business away from anyone, and I wouldn't charge you or anything like that. It's just, you know, if you want help and you want to message me and ask for help, I will do my best to provide you with what you need. Look at this little squirrel. He's a baby. That's just a baby, Apollo. You don't need to chase the babies. But let's go this way. Don't get bit either. That thing, nope, nope, nope. As much as you do have your rabies shot up to date, but let's not. Hey, Apollo, hey, you made me drop my phone. Hey, that's just a baby rabies. Come on, you don't need baby rabies. Let's go. You don't need baby rabies. Come on. Sorry. Happy to help if that's the route you take. Otherwise, go to DP with Sparklers, the website. It's not an Etsy shop, it's its own website. You can submit an email or like a contact me. Let Tima know what you're hoping to do and she can help you out. Or hit me up and I'll do what I can with my very entry-level knowledge. There's cats and squirrels and all sorts of stuff back in this alleyway. Apollo's loving it. But thank you so much for the comment. Okay, going back to my vlog, responding to your comments, part 11. Vicky, hold on. Sorry, there's stuff on. I use this, my phone has this magnetic wallet thing, but there was stuff stuck to my wallet from when I dropped it. Luckily, this phone I got last year, late last year, mid last year, when the new iPhones came out. And I shouldn't say it. I'm gonna knock on Fluff here. Knock on Fluffy butt. But I've dropped it a number of times with no issue. Gosh, I can't believe I just said that because I am prone to breaking electronics. Why did I say that? Okay, Vicky Barnett 1651 says here we go. Okay, everyone, I get it. I hear you. Concerning disposing of your dog's waste. If the can has trash in it, is waiting for pickup, then it's okay to put bagged waste in. If the can is empty / has already been picked up, and oh my gosh, Apollo, there's so many animals back here. Then don't put your bag in it. Also, I have clipped the bag to my dog's harness for the remainder of the walk. Oh, that's a good tip. When there is no can in sight, picking up after your dog is part of the basic responsibility of owning a pet. I know, I'm not leaving it. I'm not leaving it. And you are doing a great job with Apollo. Okay, thank you. I was like, hey, I never said that I just bailed on it. I love watching her walks, and my dogs will watch Apollo if they can see him. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Yeah, so once again, I stopped putting dog waste in trash cans that were on the street. I don't do it. I find a public trash can or I bring it back home with me. Luckily, there's so many little parks and like little alcoves and like little seating areas around town that it's not like I have to go miles and miles with a poop bag somewhere. I have to go, you know, a few blocks and I can find something. If not, we just take it back to the house. So just to be clear, I don't do that anymore. Thank you so much for the comment. Let's go up this little path here and we're gonna go uphill. Good boy, good boy. Thank you, thank you. Okay, sweetheart. We're gonna go up this way and then back down. We're pretty much doing a really similar walk that we did yesterday, just kind of on repeat. But yeah, thank you. Oh, whoops, I just thumbsed up something I didn't mean to. Okay, this, come on, let's go. That's someone's yard. Hop up. Good boy. Good boy. You're such a good little walker. Yeah, I love you. I love you. Okay, next up, we've got a few comments regarding my Whip and Jam, episode 8. That's cool that we have comments on the Whip and Jam because I usually don't talk at all during those. Bev Jones, hi Bev. It's good to hear from you. I feel like I haven't read a comment from you in a while because I haven't responded to comments in a while, but it's good to hear from you. I hope you're still checking out the videos that I have been posting because I love hearing from you. So let's get into it. Bev says, she's gonna say peace and love abide with you, I bet. I haven't read it yet, but I bet you that's at the end. Okay. Bev says, beautiful location to walk through, although more populated. Oh yeah, we went around, there's a lake/reservoir over by one of Apollo's dog food places that we walked around, and there was just a lot of people, which is one of the reasons why I decided to do a Whip and Jam. And yeah, that was more populated, but it is really pretty, you are right. I see the snow there still. Florida was fairly nice today. Cloudy this morning, but sun came out. It was 77 degrees this afternoon. My garden is growing. I have tiny tomatoes and peppers. Oh, that's awesome. And the summer squash is climbing all over the place in the flowers is flowering with yellow blossoms. Hope you have a wonderful walk. Give Apollo a pet for me. Peace and love abide with you. You as well, Bev. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, we are kind of starting to get into gardening season here in Colorado, at least in the Denver metro area. My roommate has his seedlings in the window right now inside, but we're still in that kind of transition period where we're still getting a little bit of cold weather in the evenings, a little bit of rain, a little bit of sleet. So people haven't gotten full garden yet, but I see a lot of prep work being done. Usually Mother's Day is our biggest, everyone starts gardening day, but I have a feeling this year it's gonna have to be Memorial Day, just because the weather, we're still getting a lot of rain, hail, sleet, that kind of thing. And the temperature really dips in the evenings. But as you can see, the foothills are getting really green as opposed to the brown that we had been looking at. So it's looking a lot more, I call it Jurassic Park season. Because as you go into Golden, you go down into the valley, so you just see the foothills on either side, and they're just like super green and bright, and it just looks very, very, very lush, very lush. This is another one of Apollo's poop spots, so we'll see if he does another potty run right here. Or hoping he got it all out. I was like, geez Louise, buddy. Oh, he's cruising right past his spot. So I think oh, no. We'll see. I didn't mean no to you. I just was concerned. You're good? Okay. Okay. I'm thirsty. I should have gotten some water before I left. And I've been wanting to go. There's a place called Kona Bowls up here downtown that does like acai bowls and stuff, but they also do smoothies. But they don't let dogs inside, which is fine. But I'm almost always down here. I'm almost always down here with Apollo, so I never get to go in there. And I think yesterday I mentioned, I was like, ooh, it'd be cool if we came down here in the middle of the night and I walked you around not abandoned, but empty downtown Golden. Well, last night it started raining, so we didn't go anywhere. And I don't know if I have the energy today to do that with all the miles that we've put in. So we'll save that for another day, but I'd like to do a nighttime stroll with you all down here because Golden is a sleepy town at night. It is a college town, but it's School of Mines and it's not a party college by any stretch of the imagination. So it gets pretty desolate down in this part of town after I'd say like 9 o'clock, everything quiets down. So you can walk up and down downtown and not see another soul. So I'd like to do that so I can show you all the businesses and stuff. We've got a walk sign. Let's go. We've got a walk sign. I'd like to show you all the businesses and stuff without there being folks around. So I'll have to remember to do that one night this week. Take Apollo for a nighttime stroll and we can get all up in all the shop windows and stuff and I can show you around. But anyway, let's see. Oh, these sunglasses are killing me. Let's see. Yes, I liked and hearted that. Okay. Lisa says, very pretty walk. Thank you for taking me along. Side note, please, 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 if you ever do a pen destash, I need one of your pens. Big love for you, young man. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And you mentioned something that leads us into some real talk. So I had mentioned that I was getting rid of a bunch of pens. I don't mind saying the shop name at this point. I know it's like, I don't know, it's one of those things that is like if you're calling out somebody or blah blah blah, you never want to say that person by name or blah 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 by name. I don't think this is calling out anyone. It's just talking about what I'm doing with my stash at this point. And if you do take it that way, that me saying a shop name specifically is a no-no, I'm sorry. I guess I'm just a horrible monster person and I don't belong in the diamond painting community or your definition of it. I'm so sorry about that. I'm sorry that you feel that way, but I just don't feel beholden to like, I'm not saying anything disparaging or disrespectful or horrible. Not committing any crimes over here. But yeah, I had mentioned that I was getting rid of some diamond painting pens and a diamond painting, and they were all from Enabler's Outpost. I just am not interested. And so I had mentioned maybe I'll do a D-stash or give them away as part of a giveaway. And just with who I am right now, the thought of having to like ship stuff out and deal with PayPal and all that, it's one of my least favorite things to do of all time, is like buying boxes and stuffing and packaging and printing labels and taking it to the UPS store. I don't care for it. I really dislike doing that stuff. So I had 6, I think, Enabler's Outpost pens. And I have some friends at work that started diamond painting. One of my coworkers, her daughters, of which she has 3, started diamond painting. So I took all of those pens to work, and I was able to give them away to coworkers. So I got rid of all those. And as far as the actual diamond painting I had from Enabler's Outpost, which I believe was Amethyst by Alphonse Mucha, that I wanted to do for my mom, it has also been given away. I gave it to a coworker. She was like, I don't know if I can do the one this big. And I was like, you know what, take it. If it's too, cumbersome for you, it feels like too much of a project for you, then find somebody else to give it to, or you can bring it back to me and I will try giving it to someone else again. So I took all the stuff that I wanted to either destash or give away or honestly throw away, and I just gave it to a bunch of coworkers. That way I didn't have to ship them. I didn't have to try to sell them or price them. It made me feel good because I wasn't making any sort of profit off of them. I just wanted them out of my face. Instead of putting them in the dumpster, I just took them to work and found some good homes. So they all got good homes, I hope. If not, then that's up to them. If they want to just chuck them, I don't know. But I just wanted them gone. So if I ever destash pens in the future, I will let you know. And maybe what I'll do in lieu of that, if a pen giveaway or something like that is something that I decide to do or people really want, maybe another subscriber milestone or whatever, I would just purchase a gift card from Etsy or something and send you a gift card. That way you can pick out the pen that you want or whatever you want, coasters, whatever, who knows. Whatever you want, you can purchase what you want with it. But I just the thought of having to buy boxes and ship them and fuss with these pens that I just don't like seeing in my stash. I was just like, no, I don't want to do that. Let's make this a one and done, a clean break, and move on. So that's kind of what I did. So sorry, but they're gone. They're all gone. But yeah, thank you so much for the comment. I appreciate it. Okay. And then Michelle Calendar said, looks like lots of people had the same idea to get out and enjoy the day. Yeah, that was a really busy day. I mean, it's particularly busy over there because that's like a 2-mile loop around that little lake, and it's right in the middle of a lot of housing. There's a huge mall right next to there called Southwest Plaza Mall. And so there's just tons of people. It's right kind of in town, and lots of apartment buildings and retirement communities and condos and all that stuff. So yeah, there's always a lot of people going around there. So yeah, that's why I was like, I'm not gonna be able to chat too much without pausing a lot. So let's just do a whip and jam. And I wanna do some more of those. But if I have the opportunity to talk, I'd rather talk. So yeah, so it is so beautiful. Look at Clear Creek today. I love the sun reflecting off the water. Let's come up here. I'll let you splash around. I gave him I took Apollo to the self-wash this weekend, and because he is shedding like crazy because the temperature is warming up, and he's just creating a fur nightmare in the house. This side. Come here. Easy. Good boy. Good boy. Thank you. He's creating a fur nightmare in the house. I was like, all right, it's time to go give you a blowout. So I took him to the dog wash and spent a good 45 minutes with the dryer, just blowing all the fur out of him. And it was caked in my eyes. It was caked in my mouth. I had to pull chunks of fur out of my mouth as I was blow drying him. It was all in my hair. It was everywhere. And now I know that I need to bring goggles with me when I take him there because it was rough. But he's doing much better. But that was just this weekend, and he was looking all pretty and white. So yesterday I was like, no, let's not get in the water. You're looking too pretty. But it's warm today, so I'm gonna let him cool off. Are you gonna cool off, baby? Good boy. Good boy. Is that nice and cool? Get in there. Get in there. Yeah, good boy. But yeah, it's gorgeous today. There's the Coors Brewery plant that way. And then we're gonna be walking again upstream. How you doing? Is that exactly what you needed? Is that why you wanted me to take you out today? Oh yeah, good boy. Let's go. Let's keep going. You'll have more opportunity. Good boy. Look at I love his skinny little twig legs when his fur gets wet. He's so skinny mini when his fur gets wet and you just see his actual shape. with his fluff, fluff wet. He looks like a little hyena. This skinny boy. He's right around 79 pounds, 80 pounds now. So he's put on a couple pounds, but he looks much more lean. And I think it's just because the food that I'm feeding him, that smack food, is just so much higher protein. It's got like 3% carbs, the one that I get him. And dogs don't need high levels of carbohydrates to survive. They can survive off of high protein is what you want to get. But most kibble, here we go talking about dog food. Most kibble is anywhere from 30, sometimes even 60% carbs, which is way too high. And it's what's leading to a lot of pet obesity. And if you ever want me to do a lesson on how to calculate carbs in dog food, I know how to do it now. And so, oh my gosh, look at this boy. Oh, that water's kind of muddy. Oh no, get it. Get in there. Little splashy boy. Let me see that. Come here. Come here. Let me see that. Oh, you're gonna drop it? Oh my gosh, he's so cute. But yeah, it's beautiful today. This is awesome. This is the kind of life you like, huh, buddy? Yeah, this is what you want. He's a cute boy. Sorry about that. We ran out of battery there. Let's go this way. Come on. Careful. It's really deep right there. Be very careful. Look at this dog. Look at this little water dog. Okay, let's go. Let's keep walking. This way. Okay, sorry about that. Ran out of battery there for a second. Yeah, beautiful day. I think I responded to that comment. Let's see. Oh yes, we did. Thank you so much for Michelle for the comment. Barb Paisley says, what beautiful views. I really like your music selections too. Thanks, Anthony. Oh yay, I'm glad you like them. I tend to, it's based off my mood and it's based off the vibe that I'm getting from like where we are, but I like to explore other music genres too. When I did my cross-country skiing video, not this past winter, but the winter before, I did more like kind of electronic music, kind of housey music, up-tempo. So you may see some videos that have more up-tempo music or dubstep or 80s or disco. I will change it up so it won't always be very like nature-y, but that is my kind of default for when we go on walks, because that's the vibe I get when we walk around nature. But you may get some styles of music that are not your cup of tea. Just keep that in mind. Hi. But I want to do a variety. In kind of piggybacking off that, I need to respond to my brother, but he sent me, I've mentioned it in previous videos, that I had asked my brother to put together, because he's a DJ, some custom music for my intros and outros that I could use. And I had been lazy and neglectful and didn't send him any samples. He's like, well, send me some examples of music that you'd like, that, you know, that I can kind of base this set off of for you. And I never sent those to him. I'm sorry. He doesn't watch my videos, but putting it out into the ether. Sorry, Cameron. But he sent me something anyway. He just texted it to me this afternoon. He's like, hey, click on this link on SoundCloud. I put together something for you that you might be able to use, but I didn't have anything to reference. This is just me, you know, freestyling. So I need to listen to that. I'm sure it's going to be fine. But yesterday I had talked about, or earlier in this video, depending on how this all gets put together, but I had talked about the fact that I've been struggling with the thumbnail style of my videos, and just the style in general. And you may see another change of intros and outros and styles come to the channel. Oh, let's go this way. Let's go this way. Come to the channel maybe after Summer with the Masters, we'll see. It might be in conjunction with a question of reality. I want to do something more out there. I want to do something more of my personal taste. If you did get a chance to head over to my skincare channel, AJK Beauty, that style and those intros and outros are much more my personal taste when it comes to colors and music and theming. That is more who I am as like what I like. Bright, poppy, kind of 90s, 80s, 90s inspired, neon, kind of techno-y, but it's much different than what you see on the intros and outros and thumbnails for this channel. And this is still very much my style, of course, but it's much more nature themed because we're always outside, so much in nature. So that is a big part of my life, but it's not necessarily like the colors I like. Like, I'm not gonna say like, oh, my personal style is forest greens and neutrals and indie, folky music. That's not really who I am, my personal taste. I think it's just a reflection of the type of content I put up, but I'm thinking I want to just make it more of my personal style, which is weird and odd, but also, kind of electronic-y. So that might also not be your cup of tea. There might be some people that comment, no, keep it how it is. It's very comforting. And maybe I will on certain videos, but you'll see. When we get to the question of reality paint along, I'm gonna be changing stuff up to match the theme of that paint along. And that might continue after the paint along and just be the style of the look and the feel and the sound of this channel. So just keep that in mind. Things might be changing away from the calm campfire and more to like, I don't know, we'll see. I really like, whose intros? It's Punks and Crafts. I really like Punks and Crafts intro video and style. That is more of a representation of like my vibe personally and my music and visual taste, as opposed to like what I currently have on my own channel. Not that I'm trying to copy them by any means, but you just might see some change up. The question of reality is definitely going to give you a taste of that. And I'll probably be utilizing my brother's music for that paint along series. And then who knows, we might keep it up. We'll see. But I'm glad you like the music for the Whippin' Jams. It will change and fluctuate. Thank you. A couple of comments here for my vlog episode 104. Loba Craft says, I love the idea of a D-Stash giveaway prize. This craft can get expensive, and to be honest, would be helpful to whoever wins it. Yeah, I agree. But I think my giveaway style will be more in the vein of gift cards. So you can just buy whatever you want from either Etsy or Jaded Gem Shop or something like that. Just so as if it's like a huge burden, but shipping stuff sucks. Let's just be honest. And finding boxes the right size for pens so I'm not overpaying for a too big of box, and getting the scale out and weighing it and then reaching out to someone and confirming their address and making sure I got all that right, and then plugging in the printer, finding someone with a printer, printing the label, taking it to the post office or UPS or whatever and shipping it. It just sucks. I hate it. So if I can avoid doing that, I will. I love the idea of doing a D-Stash giveaway, or I love the idea, but I have zero intention of shipping anything from my own home to anyone if I can avoid it. I would much rather spend that same amount of time and effort. Time is money. I'd rather just say gift card, email, boom, done, see ya. Enjoy whatever you pick. Even if it has nothing to do with diamond painting. Get some school supplies for the kiddos with that, or whatever you want to do. But thank you for the comment. Kadzuku says, thanks for replying to my comment. Of course, anytime. Happy to. Now I'm wondering what's wrong with Enabler's Outpost. Okay. I talked about why I decided to get rid of those products in a previous video, so hopefully you got a chance to see that. If not, it's a vlog that I did a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Towards the very end, I just mentioned why. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. Just personal choice. So don't worry about anything. Buy where you want to buy, shop where you want to shop, support anyone and everyone that you feel comfortable shopping from and supporting from. There is nothing wrong. You're good. I haven't bought from them myself, but thought they were a reputable brand. Yes, they are. No worries. Finish and review of Astronomer. Linda Salazar says, love it. How awesome that it's a gift for your former roommate. Yeah, he liked it. I did that kit for the Astronomer paint along that Mia over at Mia's Life with KFS was hosting. And it wasn't necessarily a kit that I would have just picked by myself outright. I got it because I wanted to support her and support her event. And as I was unboxing it, my roommate was like, wow, out of all the diamond paintings that you've done, this one I would like to have and I would hang up. And I was like, noted. And then I gave it to him. But it was a blast to work on. I want to work with some more. It's been a minute since I've done any kits with enhancement drills, because I did my Ivy Dollamore mystery kit straight up. I just finished Gizmonda. That was straight up. All of my current whips are done straight up. No, I haven't added anything of my own. So I need to get into it. And I had mentioned in I think it was yesterday's video, I was like, I don't know what I have kitted up. I keep forgetting. I think I know what I have kitted up now. I didn't go look, but I think I know. So kitted up, not started, I have Muted Sound by Yume Art and Diamond Art Club. In that kit, I have selected enhancements for, and the enhancements are kitted up, ready to go. So whenever I get to that kit, I'll be able to start using some enhancements. And then I also have Inner Garden by Yume Art and Diamond Art Club, kitted up, not started. I think I'm gonna enhance that one too. I just haven't purchased anything. And then I have Sunset Crossing by Craftably, which I haven't purchased enhancements for, but I'm pretty sure it has crystals and ABs in it, so I'll probably just do that one as is, I'm guessing. So those are my 3 kits that I have kitted up, not started. Everything else is a whip, so yeah. Thank you so much for the comment. Easy. Easy. Thank you. Good boy. That was a good one. That was a good chill pass by. Okay. Then going to my entire diamond painting stash 3.0, Rose Smith says, I just finished The Last Supper with the movie villains. It's my favorite. We all march to our own drummer. Oh, nice. That's awesome. I don't think I've seen that. You'll have to let me know what shop that's from. I do not know what you're talking. I mean, I can imagine it based off of your description, but I don't know. I've never seen that actual image. Are you all tied up? Watch your legs. Let's get this one, and let's get this one. Okay, you're good. Okay. Your dirty little legs. I just washed those legs. Okay. My vlog, episode 105, responding to your comments, part 12. We've got Monica Steinbrook, 8930, says, I think it's the husky in him. My husky is as crazy about water as my lab was. My husky plays in the water dish if I don't have his pool out. Oh, that's awesome. I got a pool for Apollo was that last summer? Yeah, last summer, and he was very disinterested in it. He would jump in it, put his little paws in it, and he was like, no, thank you, I'm all good. So we ended up just getting rid of that pool after like a few weeks. I got it on clearance, and he was just like, yeah, no, this isn't my vibe at all. So I ended up getting rid of it. But he's getting more comfortable splashing and walking around like you just saw in the water. Like he used to not even want to do that. Like he'd kind of get his paws in it and then just be like, ah. But now he'll kind of wade in the water and walk around and dive his little head in there to grab twigs and stuff. But he's getting more comfortable now that we are getting in the creek several times a week. So hopefully he'll get to the point where he wants to actually swim. I doubt it, but he may get there. We'll see. Let's get on this side. Good boy. Thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. So yeah, we'll have to see how his feelings about water evolve as he gets more comfortable with being in the creek all the time. So yeah, thank you for the comment. And let's get past this group and then we'll keep going. That's enough grass for today. That's enough grass for today. Okay. So Beck's Hobby says, "Hi Anthony, I enjoyed watching this video. Apollo tried to picking up the log. Made me have the biggest smile on my face. I saw on the DAC website that they just restocked, or their restock paper, on their restock paper yesterday. I think the outer packaging looks a bit different, so I'm not sure if they reformulated anything. They also started to sell putty on their website. Thanks again for a fun walk." Of course, and thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Yeah, I did see that, because I think that happened shortly after I was complaining on that vlog that they had gotten rid of it. So I did get another set of their release paper. I haven't opened it yet. I'm still working on my old package, so I'll have to check to see if they reformulated it. But I am still dealing with the issue of their reusable paper not technically being, it is reusable, but it's not as reusable as the paper that I got off of Amazon. Especially if I put the release paper down and then I don't pick up that project for a while. I had put a row of it down on Summer by Alphonse Mucha and Diamond Painting Shop, and I hadn't worked on that kit for about a month while I was working on Gizmonda. So that release paper sat on that canvas for about a month. Pulled that canvas out recently to start working on it again. I went to go lift the release paper off and it felt like it was gonna tear and fuse to the canvas. I had to very slowly peel it off. I had to get my tweezers and kind of jam the tweezer tip under there to get it to lift. So I wasn't leaving release paper stuck to my canvas. I feel like if I would have just pulled on it like I normally would, it would have just torn. So that was a little disappointing, to be honest. But it did still come off. But now as I'm working on that kit, when I pull off a piece of release paper to work on it, I just have to throw that release paper away because it doesn't re-stick. It just, I don't know, whatever it is, that silicone or wax coating that they put on their paper seems to not be as reusable as just the plain old stuff that I got off of Amazon when I very first started diamond painting in 2022. So, and I still have that release paper as well. So I'm hoping that maybe the new one is a little bit better. We'll see. Maybe they took some feedback and reworked it. If not, it's not the end of the world. It still comes off. It's just that I can't use it 5, 6, 7, 8 times before I give it up. I basically can use it once, twice if I'm lucky, and I've learned not to leave it on my canvas for too long. So yeah, but still technically works. And I did get their putty. I have both the unscented and their rose scented version, and it's fine. It's fine. Not my favorite, but it is completely usable. Certainly better, in my opinion, than any wax or anything like that I've used. But I'm a heavy placer, and that putty is a little soft for me, and I find that I have to reload my pen quite a bit. Like, I'm compressing it into my diamond painting pen tips a lot faster, so it stops picking up drills much faster than my Mary Mud, than my putty from the Creativity Squirrel, than my Rose Mud. Those are kind of the 3 brands that I have putty from right now, which I like all of them. But yeah, that putty from Diamond Art Club just isn't quite easy. Isn't quite what I need as a heavy placer. I'm still going to use it, obviously. What I do like about it, if you have a lighter hand, and it doesn't compress and squeeze out of the sides of your tip quickly, is you get a lot of putty for the price. Like, I think that their putty's somewhere in the $12 to $15 range, but I could see that one, square or one sheet of putty lasting me years and years if it was something that worked for me. If I didn't have to reload so much, that would last a long time. You get a ton of product for the price as compared to like small shop putty prices, which makes sense. They're a bigger shop. They can mass manufacture. They can drive those costs down. I get it. There's a premium that comes with small shops, handmade, quote unquote, handmade stuff. And I say quote unquote because the putty itself is not handmade. Like, I don't think there's any small shops that are sitting there with beakers and different polymer compounds and actually making the putty. Usually they find a base putty that they like, that works for them, and then they're going to come in and maybe mix a couple different base products together, and then they're going to go in with some oils, some fragrance oils, and some dyes and colors and fun stuff and some glitters and this and that to make it their own. So of course, yeah, there is a decent amount of work that goes into it. Come here. Easy, easy. Good boy. There's plenty of work that goes into it, but there isn't any shop that I know of that starts their putty from absolute scratch, meaning, okay, I've got this, I've got this whatever plastic copolymer powder. I'm going to mix that with a little glycerin to create a sticky substance. Now I'm going to add some powder or some binders to get that to bind together. I don't think anyone's making putty from absolute nothing. They're taking some sort of base putty product that you can get from either a craft store or a wholesaler or something, and then they're adding to it to make it their own with scents and colors and stuff like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you know a shop that does have a lab where they're blending all this stuff, you'll have to let me know. But I'm pretty sure that they're using some sort of product that you can pick up off of a shelf and then building on top of it, if that makes sense. But yeah, the one from Diamond Art Club I like, and I like the fact that it actually kind of smells like craft, like a museum putty. It has kind of like a craft putty or clay kind of scent to it in addition to the rose or the unscented. So I do like that because it kind of gives me craft store vibes, like clay vibes, which is kind of cool. So yeah. All right, looks like we've got a few comments in regards to the Jaded Jamboree kickoff video, which is hilarious because we're already over a month into that event. But J. Pat says, woo, really nice looking rendering on that one once again. I'm a month into Sultana, which they're using for the Jaded Jamboree, which is awesome. And she's looking great so far. P.S. Nice intro. Oh, thank you. So people are really liking that intro. Maybe I shouldn't stray too far from that. But like I said, you'll see when we get to the the A Question of Reality paint along what my idea is, and maybe you'll like that too. What? Is that enough? You're over it? Easy, you're choking yourself out. Okay. Yeah, okay, I get it, you're excited. Okay, this is not the place for this. This is not the place for that. Let's go. Okay. All right, I think we're done next to the water because it just sets him off. He's very excitable. But yeah, I hope you're really enjoying Sultana. I have that kit, but I have not started on it yet. Wait, no, Sultana's the Henry Clive that I did. Yes, I did finish that one. Once again, out of sight, out of mind. It's in a friend's house. I'm thinking of I'm thinking of the other Henry Clive that I have. I forget the name of it, but yeah, Sultana. You're working on that one. That's awesome. You'll have to let me know, or if you already let me know, remind me what size and drill shape you went with for that. So yeah, I might, just to let him get some energy out, I'm gonna bring him down here to the creek and let him jump around, because this is a little bit more open as opposed to rocks. I just don't want him breaking an ankle or something. Just a few weeks ago, we were able to walk out here on these rocks without any issue, and now they're covered in water. Come on. There you go. There you go, big boy. There you go, big boy. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, don't want to fall in the water. Go over here. Oh. You gonna splash your dad? You gonna splash your dad? That's not nice. That's not nice. Okay. Let's go this way, mud butt. Mud butt? That's probably not appropriate. Let's say muddy buddy. Okay, come on. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, you're all dirty now. All that money we spent getting you clean. What a waste. What a waste. You're supposed to be perfect and pearly white all the time. How dare you? Okay. Thank you so much for the comment, JPAT. I appreciate it. Then we have Jennifer Murray. She says, let me corral him. JPat says, the song at the beginning was awesome. Okay, I might need to just hold on to my current setup and work on the thumbnails. And then this fall, we'll see. We'll see where that takes us. People seem to like it. I'm not gonna rock that boat. The song at the beginning was awesome. This canvas is absolutely beautiful and awesome. And you, Anthony, are super awesome. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate the kind words. Then we have Sarah Barden said, your intro was so nice. Okay, I'm keeping it. Never mind. Back, let me get on my tricycle and back pedal. This kid is amazing, Anthony. The details in her dress are stunning. This will be so amazing when completed. I hope you got to see the finish recently. I can't wait to see your progress on this project. Thank you for hosting this event with Jade. Of course, it's been so much fun. I feel bad because I haven't been on every single live stream that Jade and I did. The original plan was for us to go live every Friday for 2 months, and we were going to alternate between my channel and her channel. And I made the call I asked her if we could just keep it on her channel, because at the end of the day, it's Jade's event, it's her shop. It makes sense to keep it on her channel. You know, she's got, her audience, and they follow her because of her shop pretty closely. So I figured more people would be there that are participating than might necessarily be on my channel, because, it's called the Jaded Jamboree for Jaded Gem Shop. I thought it made sense. In addition to that, I was worried because of the heat that I was catching for my starting my own business parody video. I didn't want to force Jade, and not that she felt this way, this is me just being paranoid and worried. I did not want her to feel like I was tying her to content that maybe some of her customers and the people that follow her content were upset with. So I didn't want to create a situation where I'm asking Jade to be on my channel, we go live, and people are like, I don't know why Jade's doing this, co-hosting this event with Anthony when he's total trash, So I was just worried about that. So I was like, how about we just leave it on your channel, And that way, if things get dicey, where people are grabbing their pitchforks and want to see me jailed, then I can just leave the stream and it doesn't end the whole thing because I'm the one hosting it. So if people are upset, hate me, don't want to see me, see my face or hear my voice, then I can just bow out. She can keep doing the lives, and that'll be that. Luckily, that hasn't been the case at all, at least not publicly. There might be some folks in various discords and group chats on Instagram or group texts or whatever that want or saying whatever they need to say. But luckily, they've kept it off of that chat in live streams, which I do appreciate. But I was just worried. I feel like I might have this stigma around me now with certain members of the community, and I would just rather avoid roping anybody else into that. I will take that criticism and take those negative feelings, and I'll own them, but I'm not going to force anyone to have to deal with that alongside me. So I just told her, like, hey, let's keep it all on your channel. I would prefer that, and she was fine with that. And then in addition to that, life happens. I've been trying to do some more family stuff recently, and sometimes after work I just don't feel like talking. We've discussed this in previous vlogs, but been doing a lot of extracurriculars at work, and it's just left me feeling a little drained socially. And so it's been nice because I can take I've taken 2 Fridays off out of the 5 that we've done so far. And she's kind of just run the show. I think we both skipped a week 1 week, and then she also has one of her close friends that's been joining the lives occasionally, Serena. And so she has somebody there with her that can kind of keep the conversation going, and they can chat and have fun, and I don't feel like I'm leaving her high and dry. So it's given me the flexibility to bail on a couple of those lives, which I hope everyone's okay with. It seems to be going fine. At the end of the day, it was really a chance for everyone to just chit chat and talk about the event and talk about life stuff and learn more about Jaded Gem Shop. So I think as long as she's there, it's good. And I'm still here supporting, of course. So yeah, thank you. Going to my vlog. Let's look at the battery. Okay, we're doing okay. The last battery was a partial battery, and I thought I had 2 fully charged ones in my pocket, and I only had 1. So this is the last of them. So we're gonna go until it looks like it's running low, and then I'll wrap it up. Or until we get home. So yeah, that's what's happening. A lot of people playing pickleball. Is that something that I need to get into? Tell me. I'm hoping not. Hoping I can skirt that trend. I did buy a zip-up hoodie from Target from the brand Prince, and it's from their Target X Prince pickleball line. But I don't play pickleball. I really don't even know. I think it's like tennis light. But I liked the colors of the hoodie, and the model they used was black, and the colors just looked so good on him, and I was like, dang, that might look good on me too. So I got this zip-up kind of track jacket, sweater kind of thing from Target. Not because I play pickleball, but the colors were cute, and I thought I looked cute in it, so I bought it. But now I'm worried that I'm going to walk around with that on, and people will be like, oh, you play pickle? Do you pick? You're a pickler? Or whatever they say. You're a dill? I'll be like, no, I'm a bread and butter, and I don't know what you're talking about. Don't talk to me. I just look cute. So anyway. Are you spear, or are you crinkle cut? No, I'm a relish. Don't get away. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway. Oh. Oh, Anthony. Okay, going back to sanity. Vlog episode 105, responding to your comments, part 12. Mia's Life with KFS. Hi, Mia. Says, hi, Anthony and Apollo. Thank you for the walk and answering comments. Seeing Apollo trying to grab that log was really funny. I saw that Diamond Art Club released some double-sided release paper in 4x4 inch, both with their logo and some Christmas theme. Plus a new line of pen and screw tips and 2 kinds of putty. Have a great week until we speak again. Nose boops for Apollo and hugs to both. Oh, thank you so much. I will, all of the loves for Apollo when we get home, I will kiss and love him, and he will get TREATS's. He has some of his favorites in the freezer that I can give him, so that'll be from all of you. But yeah, I saw, we talked about it, saw the release paper, I snagged those. I didn't get the Christmas ones. I got the putty. I did not get the screw tip pen tips and pens, and we talked about that on the last vlog / clip that I filmed yesterday. I just don't know if I like the idea of having a pen tip that's specific to one type of pen from one shop. That seems pretty limiting to me. And from what I remember, I think I've tried one Diamond Art Club pen before, like one of their, fancier pens, and they were too narrow for me. So I don't think that setup's gonna work unless, like I said, small shops start releasing their custom pens and you have the option for them to put the threads in it for the Diamond Art Club tips. But even then, I feel like I just don't like the idea of being pigeonholed like that with my products. Like, well, I'm gonna get the tip and I'm gonna put it in whatever darn pen I want, So, yeah, I don't know, maybe I could jam the threaded pen tips into any old pen, but to me, it's like, why is it even worth trying that when you already have the other pen tips that work just fine? So I don't think I'm gonna buy either of those products anytime soon. For whatever reason, it just doesn't sit right with me. I don't know why. Just like, hey, now you're forcing me to, I don't mind some, whatever. I'm gonna buy Diamond Art Club's anything and everything, but I like the option to use those things in anything and everything. I don't know why I'm hung up on that, but I am. I'm not gonna buy it. Sorry, Diamond Art Club. You're not getting my money for that this time. Hop up. Good boy. Oh, wow, that was great. Yeah, they're not getting me with that yet, unless there's something crazy cool. Here's what would be nice, because I do notice this sometimes if the washi tape I wrap around my pen tips to put in my pens starts to get a little loosey-goosey, I'll notice the pen starting to wiggle and twist a little bit, especially if I'm really heavily placing, which is an easy fix. But if they were twist and lock, meaning you threaded them into a certain point and they like clicked and locked so I wasn't worried about them untwisting, that would be an interesting selling point. But just a threaded twisty pen and tip, I'm assuming that it could untwist if I'm placing too hard or doing something weird. I don't know, for whatever reason, like I said, it's not my vibe. Come over here. Yeah, it's deep, huh? That's deep. You want to jump? Get in there. Go. Go, go, go. Okay, that water's moving fast. Now I'm scared for you. Come on, let's go back. I'm just kidding. Okay. Easy. Easy. Okay. Good boy. So yeah, but yes, I did see all that stuff. It's cool seeing more stuff release. It's just not all gonna be something that I need to buy or want to buy. Thank you, Mia. And then Jada Jamboree kick off a video. Mia comes back around and says, I hope your event will be a huge success. That canvas looks amazing. Thank you. And my vlog episode 105, Alley Cat says, totally random, but just curious. How did Apollo get his name? He's awesome. You too. Oh, thank you. Apollo got his name because even before I got Apollo, and was just thinking about wanting a dog, I knew that that was what I was going to name my dog. Mainly because I just love that name. I think it's a very powerful name. And Apollo is also a Greek god, pagan god of, I think, not only the sun, but also beauty. And he was known to be the most beautiful and handsome god, easy on the eye. So I was like, I want a pretty little dog that's the most handsome dog in the world, and handsomer than all the other dogs. And I will name him Apollo. So before I even saw Apollo or got him, I knew whatever dog I got, I was probably going to name them Apollo, unless some other name when I saw them jumped out at me. But I saw him, his handsome little face, and I knew right away, like, oh, I'm going to name this dog Apollo. So that's where he got his name. It's from no other reason than I just thought it was a beautiful name. I liked it. And so I just kind of had that preset. Similar to how if he gets a sibling, it's most likely going to be a sister eventually. Or if, whatever, I get another dog at some point in the future for various reasons. But hopefully I'll be able to have 2 dogs at some point. I will name her either Hera. That's another pagan goddess. I forget what she is the goddess of. I just love the name Hera because it is the name of a K-beauty Korean skincare brand that I've always loved the name of. Or I will name her Isis, which I believe is Apollo's mother? I don't know, but I love the name Isis too. See, it doesn't really come down to meaning other than I like it. And I like naming animals after pagan gods and goddesses, apparently. But yeah, Hera or Isis. But I'd love to have 2 beautiful huskies, and I could be like, Apollo, Hera, or I could be like, Apollo, Isis, come over here. I just think that'd be fun. So yeah, pretty shallow explanation, but it's the truth. Thank you for the comment. Going back to my Jada Jamboree announcement video, Lisa Noof said, that's a beautiful image, Anthony, and the colors are great. I just started on the gardener for the event. Love your intro. Oh, awesome. Cool. And another yes for the intro. I'm keeping it. If you had commented earlier in this video, don't change it, Anthony. You might want to go back and adjust that comment because I'm not. I won't. I will change it for the paint along. We'll see how people respond to that this fall. And if they like it, I might keep it up. But yeah, I'm going to keep it. Okay. Vlog episode 105, Diamonds in Doxy says, hi Anthony, it's me, Leanne. Oh, Leanne, hi. I did get back to you in the voting, but found that kit. I voted for it for you. Leanne, did you change your name? I feel like your YouTube name used to be something different. Or maybe I'm just thinking of your name because of Facebook and Instagram, and that's how I know your name. And I didn't know your YouTube name this whole time, but I almost thought I don't know, you'll have to let me know if you had changed it recently. But hi, Leanne, I'll have to remember that now. But thank you for voting on it. Yeah, I had mentioned that that was right around the time that voting for Apocalyptic Garden from Ivy Dollamore had been in the voting for DAC, and I sent that image to DAC licensing in hopes that they would put it up for voting and we'd see it. So I am crossing my fingers that we do see that kit, because I will buy that in a heartbeat. I did buy a kit. I mentioned in my last vlog that I was gonna pause. I did buy a kit because I fell in love with Gizmonda, and so I told Jade I want all of those theatrical release posters that Alphonse Mucha did for Sarah Bernhardt, and I believe there's 8 or 9 of them in total. I want them all. And so we were doing our live stream together a couple weeks ago, and she's like, yeah, I should be able to do that. And I was like, there's one in particular for the play Medi, and that one's my favorite. looking of all of them because it's just so different and very, very strong imagery. I can't wait to start on that kit and tell the story of it, of the story of the play. I was like, you have to do this one. And so I sent her the image during the live. I was like, here it is. And she was like, oh my God, that's so cool. And then before you know it, she's like, I posted it, it's up for sale. And I was like, are you kidding me? You already did it? I'm on this not buying diamond paintings thing anymore. She's like, yeah, it's there. I was like, crap. So I went and got it. It's the same size, 80 by 160. If I can remember, I'll throw a picture-in-picture of it. So it's another one of Alphonse Mucha's Sarah Bernhardt panels that he did. And so I will most likely be doing that one instead of All Is Vanity now for Summer with the Masters. I'll be doing that. I'll be working on finishing my whips, which are Summer by Alphonse Mucha and Diamond Painting Shop if I'm not done with it by the start of the event. And I'll be working on my cross-stitch conversion. So that's kind of the setup there. Do you need to sniff? You seem really sniffy. Okay, we're done. Let's go. Let's go, we're done. We're really close to downtown, so we're getting a lot of human interaction. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. Yesterday I said that I was gonna get Thai food for dinner. I ended up just eating leftovers. So now I'm like hungry again. It's dinner time and I'm like, what do I want today? It's probably gonna be leftovers again. That way I can just clear out the fridge. I hate building up too many leftovers. Okay. Thank you so much, Leanne. Hi. Now I'll have to remember that. Okay, and then Polly Tobin said, hi, Anthony. I have almost a whole box of Diamond Art Club release paper. You can have the box if you can pay postage. Let me know if interested. I'm good. They ended up re-releasing it, so you're good to go. I've got plenty. I'm only like halfway through my first box of it, and then I still have the other one too, so I've got plenty to last me. But thank you so much for the offer. I appreciate it. Okay, now we have our Jaded, going back to the Jaded Jamboree kickoff video. We're gonna cross the street here, bud. Can you sit for me? Apollo. Thank you. Good boy. Good boy. Geraldine Lewis says, hi, Anthony. I didn't know we had to purchase a master's painting. You don't. I purchased mine from her, and it's called Two Black Children. It doesn't say the name of the artist, just made to shop. Let me know if I can use mine. Yes, you can. I don't think anywhere in any videos that, oh, you're gonna lay down. That's how over it you are. Okay, let's try sitting again. Apollo, sit. Excuse me. Thank you. We have to wait for this light to change. I don't think anywhere in that kickoff video I mentioned, or in Jade's kickoff video, that we had mentioned that a specific style of painting or anything needed to be used. I guess maybe where the confusion might be coming from for you is the fact that we released a special selection of kits that we curated that were all old masters. The main reason for that is just because I didn't want to pick a bunch of images from artists I like and stuff that Jade would have to go and license and pay for all of that. So that's why we picked old masters. But I think we were pretty explicit in saying that it could be any kit as long as it's from Jaded Gem Shop. And if there was confusion around that, I'm sorry. And hopefully, you know, we're already halfway through the event, so hopefully you were able to get that worked out. But yeah, there's no requirement for what image it is. It's just, as long as it's from Jaded Gem Shop, that's all that matters. So yeah. Oh, okay. And then Michelle Hausberg popped in and said, I think the only rule is to be from Jaded Gem Shop according to Jade's video. Boom. Yay. I think I said that too. I just was highlighting one of the kits and our special release, which just happened to be Old Masters, but that was not a requirement. In fact, my other kit that I'm working on for the event is just a custom I did of Apollo, so obviously not an Old Master. So I hope you got that figured out. It looks like Michelle popped in and provided that information a month ago too, so hopefully you were able to read that response. But thank you. Boom, boom. Let's wrap around here so we can get closer to the house. How about that? How about that, baby? Okay. Girls Locked said, I just bought this beautiful painting and I'm in love. Can't wait to see it. Yay, I'm glad you were able to snag it. And I'm excited to see people's progress. I know somebody, I forget who it is, but they're working on Gizmonda for the event too. They got it in the same size I did, but they got it in square, and it looks so good in square too. I was worried that it would take some of the softness out of Alphonse Muka's art style, but it did not. It looks fantastic. Let's go through the parking lot. Yeah, let's go this way. You got it. You got it. Good boy, you're figuring it out. Good boy. So yeah, thank you so much for the comment. Going back to my vlog, episode 105. Lisa Noof says, hi Anthony, such nice memories with your mom. I love how she forced you to play hooky from school to go to the mall when you were younger. What a cool mom. Yeah, she is really cool. She liked doing stuff like that for me all the time when I was a little kid. Just little fun trips and getaways, and we're gonna try this new type of restaurant, or we're gonna go into Denver and do this and that. She always did stuff like that. Remember, we went to the Children's Museum a few times. And I was the type of kid, and I'm still, it's indicative of who I am as an adult, but I'd see a commercial for something, or something would pop into my head and I'd be like, Mom, I want this thing, or let's go do this thing. And oftentimes it was just a flat no, in which case I'd go ask my grandpa, which I had more of a chance of getting yes for frivolous things. But if it was like an experience or an event or something like that, oftentimes she would be like, I don't think so. Probably, we'll see. I don't know. And that would be that. But I was the type of kid that would fixate on a thing or something or some place or something, and want to do it so bad. And then she'd surprise me and we'd go and do the thing after I had forgotten about it. And I'm very much that person as an adult where something pops into my head that I'm like, ooh, I need that, or I want to do that. And I just kind of hyperfixate on it until it either happens or I just have to just firmly tell myself, no, that's not happening. But for the most part, I try to make it happen. And in addition to that, when it comes to like gift giving, if someone tells me, oh, that would be really cool to go do this thing, or that would be really cool to have, I clock that and save it in my little birthday Christmas gift memory bank. And that person might have just been saying it in passing or forgotten about it, but I remember, so then they're like, oh my God, you remembered me wanting that random thing, or I said that I really like this thing. I'm like, yeah, you remember you said that you love Andes mints? Well, I found an Andes mints collector tin with all these different kinds of Andes mints in it. Like I try to remember those little things and clock them and not let them know that I'm like, ooh, that might be a good gift for you. I'm just like, oh, cool. And I'm just like, don't forget, put it in your phone. Surprise them with that thing that they wanted. So yeah, well, thank you for the comment. Going back to my Jada Jamboree kickoff video. Michelle Callender says, awesome intro. Oh, cool. Wow, that canvas is ginormous and gorgeous. Can't wait to see it finished. I'm hoping you got to see the finish and review. Oh my gosh. You guys, we're still in the 1 month behind comments. I think there might be a glitch in YouTube and it's just kidding me and we're almost caught up. That has to be the case, because there's simply no way I'm still a month behind. I'm just gonna scroll just to see. Oh my gosh. This is a good problem to have. Keep commenting. It's just, I thought I had made a dent. No. Oh my gosh, I'm still scrolling. Scrolling. Okay. No. Oh my word. We are a chatty bunch. I've still got probably, there's 3 weeks ago. I've got a whole nother video's worth of comments. Good problem to have. Like I said, I'm not complaining. It's just you see, I talk so much that my throat starts to hurt, and I'm like, surely we're getting close. No, we're not. That's okay. Let's look at our battery. Okay, we're coming up on the main stretch back to the house, so let's do a couple more and then we'll wrap it up. We're also going uphill right here, I'm sure you can see. So let me get to the top of this and then we'll wrap up with a couple more. We've done 4.21 miles, which means we've done almost 11 in the past 48 hours. Whew. How you doing? You slept good last night, so I'm hoping this will be another good sleep for you, Mr. Man. Mr. Man. That's a good question for you to comment. What is your favorite movie of all time? Leave that in the comments if you didn't know. If you didn't have anything else to comment, just quickly type favorite movie of all time. If you feel so inclined, why? And if you feel so inclined, what memories, if any, does it bring back for you? Even if it's a recent release. Why do you like that particular movie, if you want to answer that in depth? Or if you prefer, what does that movie remind you of when you watch it? Maybe it's the same answer, but could be two different things. My favorite movie of all time, if I had to pick, and this is going to give you a peek into why I am the way, is Misery. I love Misery by Stephen King. Or the book is by Stephen King. I forget who made the movie. But Misery. I love Kathy Bates. I don't love him, but I really liked the main actor's performance. What is his name? I forget his name. But that is such a good movie. That's one of my mom's favorite movies. And when we had snow days or rainy days, or she was just in the mood for it, we'd always watch Misery, which you might be thinking, wow, that's messed up for your mom to make you as a child watch such a messed up movie. And now you can see why I am the way that I am. My mom did a lot of stuff like that. Probably let me watch not inappropriate things like sexy scenes and nudity and stuff. She was not that kind of parent that was just had zero regard for ratings, but she would let me watch messed up stuff like Misery. She read me It as a child, kind of like a bedtime story, essentially, which I guess did have some gross sexual themes in it at one part, but I don't remember any of that as a kid. Now that I hear that the book has that in it, the movies don't, and the TV special didn't, but there's some odd sexual themes involving teens in that book that I don't remember as a kid. But regardless, Misery, it's just jacked up. I love Kathy Bates' performance in that movie. She's just bonkers, and I love it. I love how sarcastic she is. I love her little quips, her personality and emotional swings I find fascinating. Just some of the stuff that she says, like Mr. Man, dirty bird. I thought you were a good man, but you're nothing but a little, you're just a little dirty bird. Fantastic. When she throws the ream of paper on his lap, horrible, abusive, but also funny. um, um, I love at the end, spoiler alert for those that haven't watched Misery. I mean, sorry, you're too late. You should have watched it 30 years ago, or 40 years ago. But when he beats her over the head with the pig statue, fantastic. When he stuffs the burnt pages of the book into her mouth and he's like, choke on it, like comedy gold. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to cut all this. Just all around, it makes me giggle with delight every time some of those scenes come up, because they're just so over the top crazy that you're just like, oh my God, jeez Louise. Like, oh my word. I guess I didn't see that coming. Like, fantastic. A+. Kathy Bates is, in my opinion, one of the best actresses that I've ever seen on screen. I've loved her. I loved her in Fried Green Tomatoes. I loved her in even quote unquote more recent. This is still a long time ago, but even her performance in Rat Race, where she was the crazy squirrel lady. She's only in that movie for like 5 minutes. Excellent. Most memorable scenes in that movie are when she's like, oh, yum, yum, yum. I'm just like, oh my God, I love you. I haven't seen her in anything super recent. I know she was in some show about a marijuana shop. I didn't get in. I haven't seen it. But she's just great. Oh my gosh. When she says Don Perignon. So that's what I grew up on, and maybe that helps you paint a better picture into my sense of humor, and why maybe people think that my sense of humor is crass or disgusting or what else have I been called this year? I've been told that I can do better. My content is in poor taste. Now you can see where a lot of what I find funny stems from is what a lot of people would find awful. But sorry about it. Sorry, Charlie. Yeah. You dirty bird. And then she's like, you have to burn the book. What is her name? Misery Chastain. She's like, this is awful. You can't kill my misery. You've got to bring her back to life. She can't be dead. And so he's like, begrudgingly like, okay, I'll write this book, you psycho, because you have me trapped in your home. And yeah. And I think at that point, maybe she had hobbled him. I don't remember. But she's like, you have to burn it. So she wheels in the barbecue, hands him the lighter fluid, and she's like, no, you have to do it. You have to burn this book. It can't be me. So he puts the manuscript on the grill, and she's covering it in lighter fluid and just kind of shaking the lighter fluid, not only on the book and the grill, but also his bed, as like a threat of like, if you don't do this, not only will the book be burned, but I'm gonna burn you alive if you don't do what I say. Like, that's the implication there. Messed up, but great. Love that scene. So then he does it, lights the match, or I think she lights it and he takes it, I don't remember. But anyway, he throws it, you see the despair in his eyes of his manuscript that he worked so hard on just going up in flames. Like, he knows it's his only copy. He knows what he's done by doing that. You know, he's committing himself to this, like, this prison, essentially. It's just fantastic. In the worst way, if that makes sense. But anyway, regardless, the fire of the barbecue catches the the curtains on fire. They're like these sheer curtains, and she's like freaking out and has to like beat the curtains, you know, to get the fire to go out so the whole house doesn't burn down. She's like, oh my goodness, oh my word, heavens to Betsy, oh my goodness, what a mess. And I think she says, well, isn't that a noogie mess after it's all done? And my mom, still to this day, when she like there's a mess or if something gets spilled, she does the same thing. She's like, oh, isn't that a noogie mess? And I do that too, where I'm like, if so, like let's say I burn something in the oven, I'm, oh my word, heavens to Betsy. Oh, we all have our we all have our quirks, you know? So anyway, all right, well, let's do one more comment. I'm sorry I monopolized your time, commenters, but I had to get that out. Mr. Man. Anyway, okay, going back to my unboxing of Fishbowl by Havagurovich and Francesca Studio Works. Ethan DeBryce, I think I got that right, says, your unboxing videos and attention to detail makes you stand out. This is vibrant and I'm intrigued to see this completed. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And it looks like you went back and went immediately to the finish and review of that, because I finished that kit really quickly. Said absolutely beautiful and vibrant. So I'm glad that it ended up living up to your expectations. Yeah, it was a fantastic kit. I love working on that. There's another kit from Havagurovich that I'd really like to do. I think it's called Gaia. I just, you know, once again, stash size, the amount of time I've been diamond painting and just what I'm working on. I just have no idea when I'll ever get to buying that. But someday, my intention, as long as it's still, you know, Hava is still being licensed by Francesca's Studio Works, I'd love to snag that one too. So, all right, well, we're 1 block away from the house, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, but don't be a little dirty bird. Make sure to like, subscribe, share this content with friends, family members, anyone that you think might take some value out of it. Otherwise, happy placing. We'll see you next time. Come here. Come say goodbye. Come here. Come say goodbye to me. Apollo. There's a bunny right there. Come on. Come here. Focus up. Hi. Oh, okay. That's all I get. That's fine. You're distracted. Mr. Man. Mr. Man. All right. Bye.